Questions from the House Oversight Committee about the DOJ's release of the Epstein files. The U.S. and Iran remain at odds over a temporary peace agreement as President Trump weighs whether to extend the ceasefire with that country. ABC's Ian Pannell says the fighting between Israel and Hezbollah continued today as well.
We've seen strikes in Beirut. We've seen strikes elsewhere against Hezbollah. Israel insists it's only striking Hezbollah targets, but the Lebanese authorities have repeatedly pointed to evidence suggesting that first responders and civilians have also been killed in some of these strikes. And Israel's not really making any bones about it. We've had the IDF today talking about expanding operations.
And Louisiana has approved a new congressional map ahead of this fall's midterm elections. It eliminates one of the state's 2 majority black districts. This is ABC News. There are new concerns about whether American wages are keeping up with inflation. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze explains.
New government data shows Americans are saving less of their income than at any other time in the last 4 years. The personal savings rate dropped sharply to 2.6% in April. 1 year ago, it was twice that high. And typically in a healthy economy, that savings rate is around 6%. So this does suggest that people are dipping into their savings to help pay for essentials like gas and groceries as those prices spike.
New data from the CDC find there have been almost 2,000 reported cases of measles in the U.S. this year. That's over 11 times higher than the yearly average. In Cape Canaveral, Florida, successful launch for SpaceX this morning with the Falcon 9 rocket blasting off, carrying nearly 30 new Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. The launch happened just miles from that massive explosion of a Blue Origin rocket last night. I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
The death toll climbs at the chemical plant in Longview. More on that straight ahead. But first, your KIRO Newsradio traffic brought to you by Seattle Sports. If you're going through Covington this afternoon, eastbound 18, just before the Maple Valley Highway, we have road work blocking your left lane. That leaves one lane open. And right now, we're seeing about a 1.5 mile bumper-to-bumper backup. Further up the road near Tiger Mountain Summit, there's another 3-mile backup eastbound 18 over the summit. Wet roads might be behind this. 20 minutes to get through downtown Seattle on North 5 with the typical backup starting near the Michigan Curve. South 5 is thick through Northgate. You're going to gradually thin out through the U District. 25-minute commute between Linwood and Seattle. And on southbound 405, it's crowded from Canyon Park to Bothell. And right at 527, we've got a new stall in that right lane to add to this. Right now, Linwood to Bellevue is going to take you 35 minutes, a 15-minute delay. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Recovery efforts continue today at the site of the Longview chemical tank implosion, where crews hope to locate the last 3 workers missing and presumed dead. Longview Fire Battalion Chief Matt Amos says their remains lie just beyond the area emergency responders have penetrated so far.
They have to decontaminate every time that they leave that area, and then they should be rested and ready for me when we go back, and then we will explore further in.
Crews recovered the remains of 6 more victims yesterday, bringing the official death toll to 8. King County's former sheriff says Seattle city leaders are failing to address rampant sex trafficking and shootings along the Aurora corridor. John Urquhart tells G and Ursula that the city should start by developing targeted exclusion zones.
And the SOAP ordinance is one of the biggest things they could do. And boy, she ought to get her act together, that city attorney, and work on those SOAP ordinances.
The criticism comes after neighbors built homemade barriers to halt crime that have since been removed. Seattle's council members say they're working on a bill that would make it easier to close streets in response to gun violence. A Seattle drummer is taking the stage at the Paramount this weekend with one of the most famous live shows in the world. KIRO News Radio's Amanda Factor explains.
Ursula Sargent plays rock star for the Blue Man Group. She's a UPrep grad who started playing the drums at 10 years old when her parents bought a snare drum for Christmas.
I guess they didn't know what they were getting into.
Sargent says she almost didn't audition for Blue Man Group because she didn't think she had a shot. She's been touring ever since, but she still calls Seattle home. She told Seattle's Morning News the show's about reconnecting with joy.
Especially in the world right now where there's so much that can be stressful and tough. Just sort of an escape for an hour and a half that lets you just pretty much feel joy and happiness and laughter the whole time.
Blue Man Group is at the Paramount this weekend only. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Well, it's not going to be easy to get around this weekend. 3 construction projects will be getting in your way. More from KIRO News Radio's Chris Sullivan.
All lanes of southbound 405 will be closed between Totem Lake and Kirkland from late night tonight to early Monday morning. The state's replacing a fish culvert. Eastbound 520 will be closed from I-5 to the east side all weekend, too. Contractors there are working on a temporary off-ramp to Montlake, which will open to drivers on Monday. And you won't be able to access westbound 18 from westbound I-90 in Snoqualmie. Those ramps will be closed for paving and striping. Chris Sullivan, KIRO News Radio.
And now your KIRO News Radio weather. Showers will taper off this afternoon, but will be mostly cloudy throughout the rest of the day. Cooler temps, a high right around 60. Mostly sunny Saturday and Sunday, 63. Tomorrow, 68 on Sunday. Let's see, 54 and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Way to go, gang. We made it. We finally made it to Friday. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill.
Hey, brother.
Spike, how are you doing?
Well, wonderful.
Right.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
That's fantastic.
It has been a week.
It's been a long, every week. You could say that about every week. Every week we're inundated with stuff. This week is no different. We get a lot. It's fun to make it to Friday, though, because we have a lot of stuff that sometimes we have to put off because maybe it doesn't quite fit into the week. But by Friday, we're like, we got to get to this. Like stuff we're very interested in. We can spend a little more time, get a little deeper on.
Yeah.
Today, there's a couple things we want to discuss. It's new news. It's not like breaking, but we have the Sound Transit stuff from yesterday. That vote finally happened. 6-hour marathon session. Where did it get us? We'll get into all that in just a minute. And that Blue Origin rocket launch, it was an engine test. It wasn't a launch.
Right,
engine test.
Well, it turned into a bit of a launch.
Yes.
They send parts flying
Yeah,
everywhere.
you're right. I'm so interested in that. I was watching videos. It is something to watch billions of dollars go up like that in 9 seconds. So we're going to play that video in just a little bit and also talk about what does that mean for the Blue Origin company? It's not just like a quick, rocket explosion. Like, what does that mean? Like, how much went into it? What are their expectations going forward? How do they recover from something like this? Because we always think about, like, how much money Jeff Bezos has, and we just go like, oh, okay, well, this will just be like a blip. This will be fast.
That's a big blip.
It's a big blip.
That's a big old blip.
That's an expensive hobby.
Painted the sky.
Yeah, so we'll get into all that. It's very interesting stuff. Can we start with this Sound Transit stuff, though?
Sure.
I think this is important to talk about because I wrote an article about it. You can check it out on mynorthwest.com, and the title is All Aboard, Next Stop, Not Ballard. Because that's essentially what the Sound Transit Board of Directors did last night. They just voted to kind of keep doing what they're doing. You saw the story. Was that your takeaway as well?
They gave us some clarity, and they classified some priorities for projects. They put some communities at ease, and they just delivered some
gobbledygook.
Well, some gobbledygook. I was going to say some expected, if not dreaded, reality to some communities.
Really?
I think so.
You thought there was reality at this meeting?
Sure.
I didn't feel like there was any reality.
Well, Ballard knew they were going to get the short rail, if you will, and they were informed last night that they are indeed last at the table. But they're the runt of the litter when it comes to communities.
But they said they're not canceling it. They said we're not going to cancel it. We're not going to revise the plan. We're just going to change maybe the timeline or the deliverables on how quickly that timeline is given.
They did propose some savings. Did you see where they put some timeline extensions in, which they deem will give them savings because they don't have to make extreme revenue-generating decisions. They've eliminated a couple of stops.
Oh, good. They've given themselves more time.
Which gives them savings.
Here's the thing. Every time I see Sound Transit in the news, and this is in the article, and I'm going to play it here because we are an audio medium. This is my reaction. Every time I see Sound Transit give themselves a little break. I mean, Lord knows they've just been pressing so hard and delivering on so many things. Give yourself a break, Sound Transit. Every time they're in the news, I hear this in my head.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
This is what it feels like because this was the board chair of Sound Transit. This is Dave Summers. This was last night, 6-hour marathon session.
Well, that's because they gave the citizenry a whole hour.
They gave them a whole hour.
It wouldn't have been
to
so
voice
long
their
if they
opinion.
didn't let the people speak.
Yes. So 6-hour session, and here's what they're committed to.
There's so much work that can now go forward on every project. We really want to deliver the full SD3 system. That's our job. That's our commitment.
What is all the gobbledygook? What is all the buildup to this meeting? Why, if this is what they come away with? I was looking for leadership, hard decisions. And they said, well, we're fully committed to doing everything that we're going to do. We don't know where the money's going to come from.
Well, they
so
clarified.
We're going to ease the timelines.
Yeah, they clarified what they have already budgeted.
Mm-hmm.
They the systems in place that they've already allocated for the budgetary commitments that they've made.
Yep.
Like the all the way to Tacoma, maybe not to the T-Dome, maybe just to Fife, one of those projected savings. Everett's going to happen. West Seattle's going to happen. With one fewer stations, which would save them, I think they estimated $2.3 billion, if memory's correct. So they're talking about, look, we are going to do these projects. We've allocated the funds for these projects. Mm-hmm. We know we're 35 in the hole. We're making some adjustments through time and through elimination of options and add-ons to help maybe mitigate some, if not all, of those budget concerns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess they were telling folks, hey, you ever ride the bus? Have you ever waited for a bus?
I have, yeah.
And you wait and you see it coming, and you get a sense of relief. Yeah. And it gets closer, and you get up and you get your stuff, and as it gets close enough to read, that's not your bus.
And it drives by. And
it goes right by, and so that's kind of indicative of, or that's what happened last night.
Yeah,
it's a perfect metaphor for last night's or yesterday's session.
Sure.
Was it okay? We know you've been waiting. Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't solve your problem.
Doesn't solve
your
problem.
Sit back down. It's going to be a while longer.
Here's the thing that I cannot look at Sound Transit without thinking about the realities of the cost. It's one of the most expensive projects in the history of the United States. That's pricey. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, what's the well? Am I wrong?
Well, it was cheaper to build things 20 years ago than it is today. I mean, it's part of
doesn't take away from what I just said.
No. It's when it was originally designed in the scope of the project itself.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be one of the most expensive projects ever if it didn't happen in today's economy, in today's world, with today's delays and today's
It was
costs.
expensive in 2016 when they approved it.
I know it's expensive, but 50 is not the most expensive ever. Today's numbers, I'm just saying, today's numbers are also a product of a lot of different factors, one of which is where we find ourselves in today's economy, in today's world. I mean, the Boston dig, faced different financial and construction challenges than this project does.
Yeah.
That's a much more grand and ambitious project, the big dig in Boston, than what we're looking at in Sound Transit.
So why are they so bad at delivering it here if it's not as big and grand? Why are they so bad at it?
They cited quite a few justifications, if not rationalizations, for why it's gone 3 times, if not 4 times the cost, why the time delays have reaching into the decades numbers now. They're talking about, delays, inflation, labor costs, material costs, all these things that should have been anticipated.
They want to do 75-year bonds or whatever the number was.
They want your great-great-grandkids to take on the debt load for this, but all those things. That's the thing. It's not, you can't just pin this on one poor managerial decisions or solely on poor management of the project. All those other factors have a hand in why we find ourselves where we find ourselves.
The problem is it was fatally flawed to begin with.
Yeah,
the project was flawed to begin with.
I'll give you that. Ambitious and flawed, yeah.
Ambition is a very kind word for stupid, but it was a stupid thing to do.
Stupid's a real tough word to throw in it too.
It's not. I don't think that's a tough word. I think that's an accurate description.
You think anticipating this region's transportation needs decades into the future?
Do you think that this is going to fix our transportation needs decades into the future?
It's not supposed to fix. It's supposed to help.
What's it supposed to do?
Help alleviate the imminent growth that's coming to this region.
By how much?
Who knows how? I can't speak to how much.
I can.
Probably not as much as they had anticipated.
Here's what they said. They said that they expect 600,000 daily riders by the time that my kids have kids in 2050. If they complete everything, 600,000 daily riders by 2050.
Okay.
Do you know what that assumes?
That the people who planned FIFA is telling them how many people are coming?
That assumes that every train that they run every day for the entire time that those things can possibly be running, and they're running at 3-minute intervals. Is it filled at max capacity?
Wow. That's ambitious, as I said.
That's never been done in the history of train travel.
Okay.
Half that
borders on delusional.
Well, of course, but that's
Yeah.
who we're talking
Yeah.
about here. Even half that number would be an unbelievable success. And they can't even.
And we're talking
about 2050.
Yeah. We're talking about 30 years in the future, or 25 years in the future.
30 years in the future.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know how many weekday riders in 2025 Line 1 carried? 102,000.
Okay.
This is your 2025 numbers. Do you know how many weekday riders Line 2 carried?
I don't.
6,000.
That's the new line, right?
Do you know how many weekday riders the T line in Tacoma carried? Weekday riders. This is weekday ride. 3,900.
Okay.
People don't ride these trains.
Yet.
Not yet. They don't ride them.
No, as
they're available now, and they could be riding them way more, and they don't.
Well,
Why?
Because it's a new technology.
It's not new. Trains is the oldest thing in the world. Literally built America.
It's a new option. Let me say that.
Is that the best marketing campaign in the world? Let's take the oldest thing ever and let's repaint it and call it the newest, most exciting thing, and then everyone's going to be shocked that it's so inefficient.
Habits are hard to break. It's hard to get people out of their cars. So
it is about getting people out of their cars. But they're not doing it. They're not accomplishing that.
You're not accounting for urban growth. You're not accounting for rural sprawl. All these, because when you have double the amount of residents living in these areas.
I'm giving you their numbers by 2050, so that accounts for all of those. You don't think they're not accounting for urban growth?
I'm sure that's why they're talking about 600, right? They're mentioning 600.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they're talking about urban sprawl. They're talking about changing transit habits.
I understand, but if they are able to do that, if they even hit that 600,000 number, that means that they have 20 trains running an hour at max capacity, which is 800 passengers for those 4-car trains. That's just never going to happen.
Well, we don't know.
We do know.
We don't know. You don't know. You don't have a crystal train.
When's the last time you went by one of those trains?
Again, you're factoring the future use and future habits on what you're seeing today in a new system.
Here's the problem. We have to factor in reality because you're asking your kids to pay for it.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I'm telling them they're going to have to.
You're
I wouldn't ask
burdening them with paying for it.
Do
you know how much? Do you know how much you are responsible for this portion of the train cost at the current amount of $185 billion, which is going to cost? Mm-hmm. Do you know how much? Just you.
Me, my overall or my annual?
Your overall. I can tell you both.
20,000.
Nope. 55.
Okay.
And your wife, that makes 110. You got 2 kids, that puts you over $200,000. You think you're going to get $200,000 use out of this train?
I don't pay the freight, so yeah.
Probably not.
No, probably not. But
somewhere around $1,800 a year per household.
Okay.
People want to complain about like gas prices, which are a legitimate gripe. This Iran war stuff, gas prices sucks. CCA sucks. I don't love any of that. Dwarfed by the cost of the trains for the people in the taxable district. And you're talking about 1.4% of the population currently riding it. 1.4.
Currently. You can't judge the long-term success
max capacity on these trains. That number maybe gets up to 5.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. I see you're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Okay.
What's crazy, though, is then you have these Sound Transit people who are saying, like, we're just going to push forward no matter what, regardless of cost and time and reality. We're just going to push forward and spend as much of your money as we can forever. And then people in Ballard are like, wait a minute, I've been taxed for 30 years for this thing. And you're telling me that I'm going to continue being taxed and I'm not getting a train? And then people are supposed to celebrate this. This is not a success.
There was no champagne popped last night. They're not celebrating this. They're dealing with the difficult realities of where they find themselves.
They're not dealing with the difficult realities. No, they're not, because they're saying we're going to do everything.
You want them to cancel it all and stop taking taxes?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's not a reasonable or viable
Why is that
option
not reasonable?
Because
stop doing it and stop taking people's money.
City's not going to keep growing, or it's not going to stop growing. Sprawl's not going to stop sprawling.
City's going to keep growing, but people are not riding the train. You cannot afford something like this. It's unaffordable.
You should run for city council.
You're betting all of this. I mean, we're having a fire discussion, but I hope you're having fun too.
Yeah, but it's just
you're betting all of this on the pie in the sky notion that this is going to be a full train in 30 years. I mean, that is.
I don't need it to be a full train. What I know is more people are coming. We don't have any more space to build roadways. Okay, we don't.
Okay,
and the roads are full now. And more people are coming.
Okay.
So let's put other options on the table. They may not be cost.
I've given you options. I gave you my electric bus option, which I feel like was a good one.
Fine.
That was
You're right.
a good one.
And this one else should be considered in conjunction with this. I think it's a more economically practical solution than this train thing.
I agree. So let's stop this.
Let's do them all.
Let's not do them all. No, not the train. The train doesn't need to continue.
Okay. I'm not going to convince you. But there are smarter people than me.
Why do you always think that?
Who have done because I've tried.
Why do you think that? Clearly they're not. They told you it was going to be 53 and now it's 200. That sounds pretty dumb.
There are people who have spent their lives studying, investigating, educating themselves on these processes in multiple cities. We're not the only city in the world who has taken on mass transit expansion.
And in every case.
Who is facing delays, cost overruns, budgetary shortfalls. Every major project in the country.
How's it going in L.A.? The L.A. train to literally no tracks. They've spent $100 billion. It's a boondoggle. They call it a boondoggle for a reason. And you keep saying smarter people than yourself. I disagree. You and I are looking at this with common sense, and we're going, why are we trusting these people who are saying it's achievable?
Difficult things and expensive things, which we think may not be fiscally responsible or economically wise, are still going to be necessary for the growth of major cities. For the capacity of transit,
I hear
in
what
these
you're saying.
major cities.
I hear what you're saying,
and they're going to be there's going to be painful growth, but it's necessary growth. And just because it's painful doesn't mean we should stop pursuing it.
So you think it's a good investment of money?
I think it's a necessary investment of money.
Is it a good investment of money?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's probably it hasn't been. You're right. It was flawed. It was tragically flawed, critically flawed from the outset.
Yeah.
But that's. I mean,
but you don't mind paying the extra money.
We shouldn't be. Of course, I mind. But I mind paying. I mind doing a lot of things I do because I know it's long term better. I mind getting out of bed. I'd love to be retired. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the city would love to cancel this whole project and focus their resources elsewhere. I don't think they can afford to do that, given they know that the growth is coming to this region.
That's a tricky position to find yourself in because they cannot afford to do it. They're literally having 6-hour meetings because they can't afford to do it. They're then arriving at no conclusion. And what you're saying is they can't afford not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make sense to me. We're never going to agree on this.
Welcome to government. I mean, that's
why I wouldn't have given them the money to do it. If I were in Ballard and I'm paying taxes on this for the next 30 years and they're telling me I'm not going to get a train.
You can go to Seattle Center. Wait. You can go to Seattle Center. I'm sorry. I had too much fun.
When's that supposed to be finished?
Oh, I think your kids will go, not your grandkids.
If I bought a ticket now, could I ride it in 10 years?
Nope.
No.
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like a great plan. How could you not afford to do this? What a successful operation. Absolute
let's
craziness.
cheer each other up by talking about rockets. We don't have time to get into Blue Origin.
Insane.
That's a huge.
If they're successful at getting full capacity trains in 2050, that will only be, and this is that would be less than 10% of the population. That'd be 8% of the population. There's just no way they're going to hit the 640 number. It's not even a chance. As it stands right now, it's 1.3% of people ride the train. And they're spending exponentially more than they do on all of our roads, all of our state ferry systems, all of our bridges. Imagine if you applied some of that money to the things that we actually use 98.7% of the time. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Great.
That'd be great.
Sure.
Yeah. Or just let people keep a little more money in their pockets because they're not riding it anyway.
We'd find other ways to get it. Come on.
Not me. Keep your money. That's what I say. I wouldn't take these money from these people. It's wrong. All right. Can we talk about Blue Origin next?
Sure.
Can we talk about this rocket explosion?
You bet.
It's very interesting. We've got great audio. It's really crazy that this thing blew up. Not just because of the spectacular
Talk about the cost
sight.
of doing business. This is the cost of doing business. And I love Bezos's comment on this. I loved it.
Yeah. We'll talk about it, what it means for Blue Origin coming up. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Integrity Roofing and Construction is your trusted local roofing team, offering free inspections, video inspections, roof assessments. They have a design department in-house. They do full restorations, repairs, replacements. They do it all, and they do it well. The website, integrityrc.com, has literally got hundreds of satisfied customer reviews. One of them is mine. They came to our home, treated it better than we treat our home. I can't speak high enough about the work that they do. Give them a call at 206-202-ROOF, 206-202-ROOF, or find them online at integrityrc.com.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
How does your roof look after this winter?
Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Spring into action today. Save $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
The Harnish Auto Family Super Sale is on now. Don't miss out on 0 down, no payments all summer, and exclusive deals through May 31st. Visit them in Puyallup and Everett. Harnish Auto Family. People matter.
Offers available OAC on select models. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Concern over contaminated water is driving an effort to flush white liquor away from the city of Longview's main water supply. Brooks Stanfield with the Environmental Protection Agency says the caustic chemical from Tuesday's tank implosion has leached into one of the ditches designed to carry wastewater away from the industrial sites.
This ditch sits on top of a sole source aquifer and a well field where the city of Longview gets its primary drinking water.
Stanfield says crews will divert clean water from the nearby Cowlitz River to dilute the chemicals. When the water is deemed safe, it'll be channeled into the Columbia River. Kent police are investigating a deadly crash involving a motorcycle and a car late Thursday afternoon. Officers were called to 104th Avenue Southeast where they found a motorcyclist with severe injuries. First responders tried life-saving measures, but the rider, a 57-year-old Renton man, died at the scene. Witnesses told police the motorcyclist had been speeding northbound and popping wheelies before hitting a car that was turning left. The driver stayed on scene and cooperated with police. Officers later learned the motorcycle had been stolen. The Kent Traffic Unit is now leading the investigation. Seattle is losing two longtime favorites from its dining scene. Marrakesh and Belltown closed Wednesday after 23 years of belly dancers and 5-course Moroccan feasts. In a goodbye note on Instagram, the owners thanked the curious foodies and loyal locals who celebrated birthdays, anniversaries, and weddings there. And Copine in Ballard pours its last glass tomorrow, ending a decade of French-American fine dining. The owners tell the Seattle Times even a James Beard nomination couldn't shield them from rising costs and slower business since the pandemic. Sound Transit's light rail expansion plan is moving forward, but some neighborhoods may have to wait longer than promised. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports others are more angry at board members who approved the revised 25-year-old plan yesterday.
With Sound Transit's ST3 plan behind schedule and facing a $34.5 billion deficit, several people let the board have it during public comment.
Not from West Seattle. We need a transit signal priority. Look it up.
Sit down, sir. Thank you.
The vote solidified projects Sound Transit can and can't afford on the can-do list. A new station at Graham Street in Seattle and link extensions to the Tacoma Dome, West Seattle, and from downtown Seattle to Seattle Center. A $22 billion extension to Seattle's Ballard neighborhood was deemed not currently affordable. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
And now a quick check on Wall Street. U.S. stocks climb as Trump says he's making final determination on Iran deal. The Dow up 415, S&P 500 up 25, and the NASDAQ up nearly 80. And now checking your KIRO News Radio traffic. Eastbound 18 through Covington, we still have road work just before the Maple Valley Highway. It's blocking your left lane. You've got a good mile plus of a bumper-to-bumper backup to get through. And here in Seattle, 25 minutes gets you through downtown on North 5. Your usual backups starting at the Michigan Curve. And South 5, we're heavy from Northgate, but you're going to thin out in the U District. 25 minutes tops from Linwood into downtown. And now check it out, our KIRO News Radio weather. Isolated showers and 60 this afternoon. Tomorrow we're back into the sunshine through the weekend. 63 Saturday, 68 on Sunday. Cloudy and 53 in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike, you were laughing during the commercial break. Tell the audience why.
They played some audio from last night's yesterday. It went into last night.
Yeah,
the public comment section at the Sound Transit committee meeting, and I said, "It sounded like you."
Like, was that
I
you?
said, man, did you get out of the house last night? Go downtown and
I should have
put a little mustache on, so they thought you were from Ballard. That guy was heated.
I know. I like it,
man.
I like it.
And you know, it's funny. You get very passionate about the subject, and it doesn't even affect you because you're not a resident of the community. You live in a different part of town, but you're.
Well, I still pay for Snohomish. I'm in Snohomish, so I still pay for the.
There you go.
Stupid train.
I mean, I love your passion about it. I really do.
Yeah, I hate people wasting my money
especially for something that I'm never going to use. The fact that my family is going to account for more than $300,000 with the final cost of this thing, if that's the cost, which of course it won't be. It'll be much more than that.
And I know it's not the fact that it's you're paying for something you won't use for the most part. I mean, because we
that's a huge chunk of it.
It's a huge chunk of it, but we all go through that with every government expenditure. We all go through that.
Yeah,
there
most
are folks,
of the government stuff I pay for, I use.
a lot of folks. I'm saying a lot of folks don't appreciate or agree with the priorities of our federal spending, our state spending.
Okay,
a lot of folks don't agree with it, but they understand that's for the greater good. It's not the fact that you're paying for stuff that you may not use or need. It's the fact that it's just irresponsible. And it's bad management, and the amount of money that's being asked from this community.
Criminal. Criminal. And why
that's
are
a
these
big word, allegedly. Sorry.
You know what, though? Honestly, when you look at that amount of money, think about this. Why do we elect politicians? Because we want to send them off to do the boring stuff that we can't possibly.
Well, we want them to fight for us, to represent us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. And we elect them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
based
they're
on,
elected.
based on their promised priorities and commitment to what we deem
which means that they
important
can be
to us.
held accountable when they do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody on that
Amen.
Sound Transit Board is elected. None of them. They're all just appointed by people like Katie Wilson, who's never owned a car.
Part of that board last night, by the way, right? And she part of that?
Yeah.
She part of that board?
Yeah, she was very
Cast a vote-
satisfied last
cast a
night.
vote, yes, they
She says,
listed
build
two.
the damn train. That's what she says, because that's like a catchphrase. Build it. There
And
was
she said-
nine people outside screaming that.
Yeah, and she said, and I'll stand on the platform and go, bye-bye. When you leave, when you pull off, I'll stand on the platform and bye-bye.
She said that?
No.
Oh.
I was making a little bye-bye joke.
Oh, yeah.
It's her new calling code. Bye-bye.
From SNL. Oh, yeah, because of her stance on businesses and rich people. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
She hopes to say it to passengers aboard that line.
Good luck building this train when everybody just leaves because you've taken all their money and they don't feel that you represent them anymore. That's going to be interesting. When all the money dries up and they have nothing left, how are they going to build it then?
When it's not an ST3, it's an STD.
ST3s, I mean, you're right.
Sound Transit delayed.
Ba-bang.
Boom.
There you go.
Yeah. Sound
I
Transit
can't talk
debacle.
about this anymore on a Friday. It's stressing me out.
Let's talk
about rockets exploding.
Something cheerier?
This isn't cheerier.
No, but
no, this is interesting though. Good news in this Blue Origin New Glenn, named after astronaut. Nobody was killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Unmanned.
Unmanned.
And again, it was an engine test, a rocket test.
Yes.
Right. It wasn't a scheduled launch.
Yeah, it was just an engine test.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 9 seconds into it, this happened.
If you folks are joining us on the YouTube channel, you can see this fireball.
We got it up. Yeah.
Laura, great job. This is everywhere.
Doesn't this look post-apocalyptic?
Really
doesn't
does.
this look like something you see out of a war movie or something?
Oh yeah.
And the clouds, you can see the clouds above having that like effect when all that
like
heat.
a mushroom cloud
Yes.
effect. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
It's just
Fireball,
unbelievable in the size. This is
visible for miles.
This was somebody who was watching from their deck at night, who is aware as he's filming that this thing is just. Listen to this. This is pretty crazy.
It just exploded. Ready for the shockwave? Here it comes. It blew up. Holy boom! Holy
That's the shockwave.
Do you hear that?
Holy
Yeah. That's how far away he was.
Yeah.
That's the shockwave.
Whoa!
Waiting for that
There
shockwave.
goes my job.
And that video is wild to look at.
Only in Florida.
Yeah.
That's the kind of honest reaction you could only get in Florida.
Listen to this. This is another one with some. These kids are they fishing when it happens? They witness the explosion. All right, they're fishing when it happens.
Yeah, boys!
Keep it our job.
Dude, you can feel the heat from here. That's insane, bro. What's that? Oh! Oh my, dude! Yo, hopefully everybody's alright.
Something blew up.
Yo, hopefully everybody's good.
Yeah, something just blew up.
I was wondering why it was so bright over there.
Something blew up.
These are the Florida Institute of Technology students.
All right, so how big was this New Glenn rocket? Again, I believe it was named after John Glenn. 321 feet, very tall. It was instrumental. Here's the interesting part. So Jeff Bezos immediately, he says it's too early to know the root cause, but we're already working to find it. Very rough day, but we'll rebuild whatever needs rebuilding and get back to flying. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Which is, we all love space travel now. We're all very excited after the Artemis stuff. Here's the problem. This was going to be part of the next Artemis missions to get some of that equipment up to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have all these private space companies that are now contracted with NASA since NASA shut down their own launches. Yeah. And so this was supposed to be in the future, in the very near future, so it was supposed to take stuff up for NASA. But that can't happen now, obviously, because not only has this thing been blown up, the launch pad that this thing was launching from or was being tested on, it would launch from, annihilated.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of that?
It looks like a matchstick.
It does.
The crane or the tower that it attaches
whatever that lightning
to,
rod thing is next to it. Yeah, it's just that's gone. One side's gone. The other side looks like it's
fireball. It looks like war.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like it was catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
It was a catastrophic event.
Here is I read a little bit about this. Listen to what this guy has to say. This is he's like a space guy. NG-4, that's this rocket, was supposed to fly June 4th carrying 48 Amazon LEO satellites. Now the LEO satellites are it's like the competitor to Starlink, SpaceX to Starlink. Okay. They're contracted with the U.S. government, by the way, with the FCC. They have to have so many of these things up there in a certain timetable. They had already requested a 2-year delay because they have not gotten close to what they should have up there. And so this is obviously going to set them back. This mission was the first of 24 contracted Blue Origin launches that Amazon needs to build its Starlink competitor. They have roughly 240 satellites in orbit against an FCC requirement of 1,618, which they're supposed to have up by this July, which is not going to happen.
Wow. So this is a very expensive explosion.
So this is very expensive. So they already filed for a 2-year extension to try to hit that number. Otherwise, they could lose their license to go and do these things. And
I imagine they plan for unexpected occurrences like these into these contracts. I imagine there are contingencies and caveats in these contracts.
I'm sure to some extent.
Barring they called it an anomaly. Well put. Barring unforeseen catastrophic anomaly.
Well, here's the situation that they might find themselves in. If they don't hit that target, even within the 2-year extension, what they might have to start doing is renting space on SpaceX rockets to get their LEO satellites up. Because they have to have 1,600 up there, according to their contract with the FCC. Wow. Who funds rocket launches? The U.S. government pays these private companies because nobody else can afford to pay them. Yeah. So if you lose that contract, then it doesn't make financial sense to keep firing rockets up into space or on the launch pad.
Well, true. But now we'll see what Bezos' commitment to innovation and the growth of his industry is.
Yep.
I mean, he said it's because it's worth it.
Here's another interesting part that's going to be a problem for Blue Origin. Now, I'll see if they're able to get past this, and maybe they will. SpaceX was founded in 2002. It took them 6 years. They reached Falcon 1 rocket, reached flight orbit in 2008. So 6 years took them to get up to space. Jeff Bezos founded Blue Origin in 2000. They fundamentally build their rockets different. SpaceX builds in redundant rockets so they know that they're going to explode. They post videos about it. They laugh about it.
We've seen a bunch of them.
Yes. Yeah. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, they follow kind of the traditional NASA model, which is like you engineer it down to the very finest little detail.
Okay.
But one explosion sets you back a lot farther.
It's interesting. These two gentlemen, Musk and Bezos, look at their industries the same way they kind of look at their marriages. Musk, multiple explosions.
Just try
a series of.
Try a lot.
Replaceable, interchangeable.
Laugh it off.
Bezos, one big explosion. Took him a while to get back.
Took him a while.
Yeah.
Well, do you know how long it took Blue Origin to get to orbit? Founded in 2000, didn't get there until January of 25. So 25 years.
But that's not going to be repeated timeline. They'll get back. They'll get
I'm
back
not saying
on track.
It's going to take 25 years.
I get you. They'll get back much quicker than I think we expect.
Just building out a launch pad could take multiple years. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
it's a It's a big deal.
Not just a cool video.
It's a crazy cool video. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. What do we got next, Spike? Want to give the audience a little tease? A nightmare scenario if you're a thrill
nightmare
seeker?
scenario. Yes, thank you. A roller coaster had a little technical difficulties and required emergency extraction of its riders. My worst nightmare.
All right, we'll tell you about it when we come back. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack and a $6 Biggie bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Yeah, hi. I need an AC tune-up, and one room isn't comfortable.
We could do both. We'll get your system running right and take a look at the room. Ductless could be a great solution.
Perfect.
Yeah, and if your system's older, right now when you install a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system, the furnace is free.
Wow.
So you get a complete heating and cooling system for the price of one, and we help maximize rebates to save you the most.
Visit cmheating.com today for your tune-up or free estimate.
There's no beating CM Heating.
CMHEA HL751LW.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Around here, we see a lot of people head out. No matter where they're going, we just help make sure they're ready. Before you hit the road, get a pre-trip safety check from Les Schwab Tires. It's free. Plus, this May, save up to $200 on select sets of 4 tires, including all-terrain, highway, all-season, and all-weather. So go ahead. Explore with confidence. Les Schwab Tires. We're here to help you take the long way. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
the show, Spike, are you a roller coaster fan? Are you a thrill seeker?
Never have been, never will be.
Why? You strike me as you ride motorcycles.
I do
You're
ride
a thrill
motorcycles,
seeker.
and I go nice and slow and straight. Sometimes I'll lean into a turn.
Okay.
I have endured multiple roller coaster rides in my life.
Yeah.
Oftentimes with a date when I was younger, with the kids as I grew older.
Sure.
Never under my own.
It's out of a sense of duty and obligation.
It is, and trying not to look like a total wuss bag.
Yeah. It's important when your kids are young. They need to see you do brave things so
Yeah.
that they also want to do
But
brave
I
things.
literally grit my teeth, close my eyes, and count the seconds till it's over.
Does it give you that sweaty feeling, that nauseous,
Absolutely,
where you just go like,
absolutely.
"Ugh."
Plus, I have a hard to believe this size. I have a bit of a weak stomach when it comes to motion.
Sure.
I'm not even very good in the backseat of a car.
Oh, I hate that.
Hate it.
I hate the backseat.
And maybe it's post Blue Angel. I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
But no, I've always had, I had it prior to that as well. I can't do it, man.
There's a roller coaster. I don't imagine you'd ride this in Galveston Island Historic Pleasure Pier. That's too long for a name of a place.
Pleasure Pier.
Galveston Island Historic Pleasure Pier, called the Iron Shark roller coaster, and I guess
yeah, that sounds great.
It sounds great. It sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds exactly like what you would spend your time doing. Here's a little bit of a report from ABC. This is in Galveston, Texas. Firefighters had to rescue a bunch of college students, kind of the perfect age for this, actually.
Yeah.
They got stuck on one of these things in a pretty awkward position. Let's play some audio and then we talk about it.
Is everybody okay? And then make sure that they are calm with the situation. There she is. They just saw her feet come out of the car. Two rescuers brought her out and carried her down onto...
This is an ABC reporter kind of narrating it.
The firefighter basket that's up here on ladder number 1. And as you can see, she is out and explained to them that it's going to be a while before we get you down. But we're going to get you down safely. Just bear with us and follow our instructions.
100 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Hanging back like that.
Yeah.
They could have been upside down, but they weren't.
Yeah, that's my horrific fear, is being stuck on one of these things I got caught and It's a Small World and it shut down the ride.
You got caught on that?
On the boat, in the boat, and they kept the music going.
Just to
we were
keep
delayed
you
for
entertained?
45 minutes
Really?
of that tune, to the point where we all had to step out of the car and walk along the waterway to the exit of the
Did your
ride.
ears start bleeding as you were
It haunts me to this day. I can't to this day without being re-traumatized.
All right, close your eyes. I want to do something.
Don't make me do
I
something.
hate to do this, but I feel like I
Oh,
got
no,
it.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, you kind of. Sweating already. Look at me.
Did you think about just walking out?
We tried. They told us, please do
You got to
not.
hike through water. You got to walk through the water,
no,
right?
because the boats are surprisingly close to that.
Oh, so you could've
water
just-
walkway. We did. We exited the boat, walked along the edge of the pathway because there are maintenance paths through there
Sure.
as well. But was being stuck on a coaster, being stuck upside down on a coaster, I don't know if I'd survive. Honestly, don't know if I'd survive.
Panic or what? What do you mean by that?
Panic would be part of it. I mean, I need to lose. I'm not a small guy. I don't know if I could be upside down for an extended period of time without it having adverse effects on my heart. Genuinely.
Oh, because your heart would have to, start to have to do it a different way.
And there's, I get Trump-like ankles. Okay.
Do you?
So yeah. I've got some vascular,
Is that just a distance from the heart thing?
It's
like if your ankles were on your wrists.
I don't have it in my wrist
because your wrists look fine.
My wrist looks fine. It comes with aging. It does.
Yeah, it comes with aging.
So if I'm upside down, I'm like, I'm settling up here. I'm round and purple.
Well, I do wonder how that would even work, because I
don't know if it
feel the
would
same
work.
way. I'm a lot younger, but if I was upside down for more than 30 seconds,
right?
I think my whole
So imagine these.
I feel like
these
my head
kids.
would pop.
I mean, these kids were laying back in their seats. There's good video of this.
Yeah.
From various news stories. ABC in Galveston provided a really nice video. And these kids are very lucky that they are literally laying back in their seats, looking at the sky. Right? I mean, if it was
It's
midnight.
almost actually kind of a nice.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
They could easily, as you said, this is a loop. They could easily be upside down doing this.
Yeah.
Or, being face down, suspended in these chairs with these harnesses on. And when you release those harnesses in, you got the risk of these kids just dropping.
Ugh.
They stalled out in a very fortuitous position.
But being stuck like that for hours.
Hours,
And they were also worried about heat exposure because this is in Texas.
Texas, and there's been a heat wave
down on you.
A heat wave across a lot of the country this week. There's 100 degrees in Montana. I was reading that this morning.
Louise.
Yeah,
that's too much. It's just too much. I couldn't do it. It would make me so sick. Also, the bathroom part of it. You don't even think about that. Having to go to the bathroom so bad.
Ooh,
Stuck on one of those things.
Thanks. Now,
Which I guess if you're with a bunch of your college friends, you just probably would let it fly.
Oh, no.
Yeah. If you're just sitting on it for hours, you're stuck. I'm not saying anything crazy, but like if there's a number one situation and you're just sitting there for hours.
Well, then you're sitting for hours.
Yeah. I guess it would depend on where you're sitting at but then you are sitting in it.
Yeah. Right.
But it might cool you down. It is hot there in Texas. That might be nice.
You're so silver lining.
Glass half full.
Yeah, bladder half full. Yeah.
All right. We got a lot more stuff coming up. Next hour, we're going to talk about, this is interesting. This is a sad story. There's a guy who passed away, kind of a freak accident from a pellet gun.
A pellet gun, yeah.
And then the question is like, would you give your kids pellet guns today? I'd like to talk about that. I'd like the audience's response to that. 888-973-5476. We'll tell you about the details, and then we can have a discussion. We'll be right back.
KIRO Newsradio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-979-3535. That's 800-979-3535. 800-979-3535.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. Be the someone who gives their time. Be the someone who lends an ear. Be the someone who takes a step. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN, asking you to join the fight against sexual violence and volunteer in your community. Log on to RAIN.org, that's RAINN.org, to learn how you can be the someone.
This message brought to you by the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network and this station.
My name is Carlos, and I'm a Cub Scout. I'm here to talk to you today about becoming a scout like me. Cub Scouts get badges for doing fun activities, and we make friends. Scouts go camping, climbing, and fishing, and swimming together. We play sports and go to parades. Scouts also help people and become the best versions of themselves. Visit bascout.org to find a pack near you, get any questions answered, and sign up for Cub Scouts online.
Hey, it's John Curley with my friend Bob Stelton. And Bob, just like me, you had a hip problem. You were recommended surgery. Why did you go see Dr. Wagner first?
I was walking around at about an 8 pain level. I couldn't walk that far before the pain would kick in, and it was impacting my workouts and just really impacting my day-to-day stuff.
So you had stem cell on your hip. How does it feel now?
I can do a lot of things I could not do prior to this procedure, and I feel like I've gotten back to being who I was prior to the injuries, which which was somebody who's very active, loves being out there outside when the weather's great, being on the motorcycle, sparring in jiu-jitsu, working out. I can do all of those things now. And I've had friends that have gone to see Dr. Wagner. They had the same experience, whether they were dealing with a hip, a knee, an elbow, a shoulder. Everybody walking out of there feels like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Before you choose surgery, do what Bob and I did. Go see Dr. Mark Wagner first. drmarkwagnermd.com. drmarkwagnermd.com.
Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dabusky. President Trump is laying out his requirements for a short-term peace agreement with Iran.
And they include Iran agreeing to never have a nuclear weapon, terminating all of their mines in the Strait of Hormuz. The enriched uranium then would also be destroyed, and the United States would play a role in having that happen. And no money would be exchanged, the president says, until further notice. That's important because the president has, in public comments, ruled out an easing of sanctions.
ABC's Karen Travers at the White House. Iran pushing back, saying, among other things, it's not willing to turn over that enriched uranium. A federal judge has paused the rollout of the Justice Department's anti-weaponization fund as she considers a lawsuit against that controversial effort. And another judge now says the Kennedy Center Board violated the law when putting Trump's name on the building and has ordered that name to be removed. This is ABC News. A California woman dubbed the Party Mom is headed to prison, given 35 years for hosting sex parties for teenagers. ABC's Alex Stone reports from California.
52-year-old Shannon O'Connor hosted parties for her son and his friends beginning in 2020. Prosecutors say she bought teenage attendees alcohol and condoms and encouraged sex at the parties. Most of the attendees were 14 and 15 years old. Among dozens of charges was child endangerment. Patty is a parent and says you'd never think of a mom running sex parties like these.
You don't know what a pedophile looks like. It could be a mom.
O'Connor claims the teens just wanted to socialize and needed any outlet possible during the pandemic. Alex Stone, ABC News.
And Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry is expected to sign off on a new congressional map in his state, approved by state lawmakers today, which gets rid of a majority black congressional voting district. I'm Mike Dabusky, ABC News.
A cold case file now closed in Washington State. Details coming right up following a quick check on that commute. Brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Tukwila, eastbound 518 at your ramp to North 5. A collision partially blocks that ramp, and traffic already backed up to the airport. Down in DuPont, North 5 at Stillicum DuPont Road. A collision blocks 2 right lanes, so that leaves 1 lane open. And right now, you're sitting in a bumper-to-bumper backup starting at the Nisqually River Bridge. South 5, your looky-loo backup starts at the Gravely Lake Drive down to our crash scene. Up in Lakewood, North 5 at State Route 512, a collision is blocking at the very end of your on-ramp, and this is causing an early merge.
The latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Nate Connors. Recovery efforts continue today at the site of the Longview chemical tank implosion as the number of victims yet to be found has dropped to only 3. KIRO News Radio's Corwin Hake reports from the scene.
Searchers yesterday recovered 6 more bodies from the site of Tuesday's disaster at Nippon Dynawave Paper Mill, bringing the official death toll to 8, with 3 more victims yet to be recovered. Longview Fire Battalion Chief Matt Amos says the remaining 3 lie just beyond the area emergency responders have penetrated so far.
So our crews are rehabbing right now. They have to decontaminate every time that they leave that area because of the hazards that are still there, and then they should be rested and ready for me when we go back, and then we will explore further in.
The recovered victims must also undergo decontamination before they are transferred to the county coroner's office. In Longview, Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
The Washington State Patrol says the cold case of most wanted fugitive Luciana Ion Garcia is now closed, but not for the reason you might think. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
Ion Garcia vanished after a deadly 2016
routine hit-and-run crash in Whatcom County that left one of his passengers dead and another injured. Investigators never stopped looking for Ayan Garcia, using electronic tips, social media, and help from the Guatemalan government to confirm he died there. WSP's Chris Loftus.
We never give up. We're solving cold cases every day, whether it's through DNA forensics, new technologies, or whether it's just good detective work like we had here.
James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says a 24-year-old man is facing felony charges after a detective watched him go door-to-door stealing mail. It happened last weekend when the detective saw the suspect opening multiple mailboxes and taking whatever he found.
How does this look familiar to you?
That's why I was gonna.
Where'd you get this from?
Officers recovered stolen mail from 10 victims, including medication, and arrested the man who also had warrants for a stolen vehicle and third-degree theft. The detective later returned every piece of mail to its rightful owner. We're now hearing from the attorney of a family that dropped its lawsuit against Seattle over climbing structures at Gasworks Park. The city recently removed ladders from the so-called cracking towers after a teen fell to his death last year. Karen Kohler represents the family.
And we sued the city for nuisance because they knew and then they declared that this was a danger to the public, but yet they stood by and did nothing.
Kohler tells KIRO Radio's Jean Ursula their lawsuit pushed the city to act. She's now calling on Seattle to treat the remaining towers as a memorial to the 3 people who've died at Gasworks in recent years. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Mostly cloudy, maybe a stray shower here and there, 60 for the high. The sun returns for the weekend, mostly sunny skies, 63 tomorrow, 68 on Sunday. 53 and cloudy right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. You guys can get your suggestions in if you like. We do our Friday favorites, 2 o'clock. If you guys want to let us know what your favorite segment was this week. I already know what mine's going to be. It's a secret. And I'm not going to tell you for an hour, so you got to come back in an hour and find out. But you will laugh hilariously. It's a lot of fun. Let me give you, how do I hint this? We played the clip yesterday.
Okay.
And Spike said he would high-five this person if he could.
Okay.
That's a mysterious hint.
It is, if I could.
If you could.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault that he can't.
Right. It's not for lack of enthusiasm or support.
Yes, 888-973-5476. You can make your suggestions for our Friday favorites, and maybe we'll use some of them in the 2 o'clock segment. So tune back in for that. All right, this is probably the top story right now, I would think, on mynorthwest.com, which is where we like to send people so they can read about all the breaking news in the area and the important things. There is a guy, this was very sad, an Eastern Washington man, total accidental, shot in the neck with like a BB pellet gun.
A pellet gun.
Pellet gun. Yeah. Like a child's toy by a child. He must have just gotten hit in the exact spot where you would hit an artery, and he unfortunately died from the injury.
Yeah, it was tragic.
Very, very tragic. Horribly sad. Died at the hospital. He was taken to the Othello Community Hospital, and he passed away. Very sad.
We don't know what type of pellet gun it was, because I don't have a real clear understanding of pellet guns. Aren't they like cartridge pellet guns that have like kind of a CO2 cartridge?
Well,
so the pellet itself is propelled with through like a pressurized.
So this is this is the larger conversation that I think we can have here. Given this horrible story, this is a horrible story. It's very sad, and the story mentions that the sheriff's office is, for obvious reasons, they're not going to release the child's name and age.
Of course,
because it's a freak accident. I mean, this is one of those, like, I would imagine this is probably right up there with the odds of being struck by lightning. I don't know that's the case, but
kid can't grab lightning that was left around irresponsibly. That's kind of that's the difference.
A BB gun and a pellet gun very rarely kill people.
No, agreed.
Yeah. So that's where I'm making the comparison. I'm not talking about it's clearly it's not a real gun.
I hear you. Yeah.
So my question to you is, and maybe that comment probably gives me some insight, would you give your kids, if you had young kids today, I don't know what you did when you were young, but would you give your kids, if they came to you and said, hey, I would love a BB gun or a pellet gun, is that something that you would entertain? Or would something like this kind of scare you off it and you'd have to say like, nah, it's just too dangerous or whatever?
What would scare me off of it is not the increased technological capacity of today's pellet guns, because they really haven't changed. It's a compressed air, most often.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a spring-charged.
And in this
pellet
case,
gun.
we don't know.
We don't know what the story is.
So I had both growing up.
As did we.
I had many pellet and BB guns.
Look at me. I had a real gun. My parents gave me a real gun as a kid.
Yeah. Did you have a 22?
Yes.
Yes. At a certain age, 22 are like the starter gun.
That's your starter
for a
kit.
lot of people.
You bet.
Starter rifle.
We hunted squirrels.
Yes.
You bet.
And you want to teach gun safety to your kids.
Yep.
And you want to make sure that you don't want your kids to be, you want them to be scared of what they're capable of doing. I'm talking about real guns in this case.
Sure,
this is my personal feeling.
No, yeah.
Some people want their kids to be scared of guns. That's up to you. That's fine. I think the goal should be, at least with our family, is I want our kids to be aware of the responsibility of the guns because they're very, very dangerous.
Respectful of that danger.
Danger. Yeah. Never, ever, ever in a million years, if anybody comes up to you and says, hey, I want to show you this cool thing that I found in my dad's closet, always say no. Right. Not allowed to. Right. We've had these conversations with our kids as young as our 6-year-old knows this. We keep things in safes around the house. Our kids don't have access to anything in the house that they shouldn't have access to. But you want them to also not be so fearful of it that they might do something,
or ignorant of it,
right?
To not
get
understand
into trouble.
The potential danger of these tools.
I had how old were you when you had your first BB gun when you were a kid? Do you remember?
Maybe 8, 9.
Yeah,
maybe 10, but I don't think it was that late. Because I had an older brother and we kind of got things in pairs.
That's a different thing. If you're a younger sibling,
I was a younger sib.
It's there.
Yeah. We got into things. I got into things earlier than he did because we got the same time.
I had an older sister, so I probably had Cabbage Patch Kids before
you were ready.
Before I was ready to.
Fair enough.
But I was the oldest of the 3 boys, and so I was the first one to get a BB gun.
Yeah, but they weren't far on your heels, right?
Well, no. As soon as I got one, they were able to shoot it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I think I got my first BB gun. I want to say when I was 11.
Yeah.
And there was a whole training time where my dad showed me how to use it, and we would go out in the yard and we would set up.
Target. Yeah, you bet.
The funnest thing in the world is to go out as a kid and shoot at old soda cans.
You bet.
And if you're good, they get stuck in the soda can.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that's cool.
Yeah, rattle around.
Yeah, you rattle it around. Yeah. And so, but back to the question, in this day and age, is that something that you would do, or have times changed for you?
Times have changed for me in so much that when I say technology hasn't advanced, what has advanced is the design capacity of these, because kids are not as easily impressed as they used to be. And some of the pellet guns that kids are holding around these days look remarkably like actual firearms. And I think given the climate of, I'm not trying to vilify law enforcement or anybody else, but a kid holding a pellet gun to anybody else looks as threatening as a kid holding a real gun.
I mean, we've all seen news stories like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's why I don't think I would. And my kids never had an interest in it, to be honest with you. I raised a couple of kids who were into other things than hunting or fishing.
Sure.
I took my kid fishing once. Sure. Each kid one time. They had no passion.
No interest in it.
And we never took them shooting. Even my father-in-law, who was an avid hunter.
Yeah, he's an outdoorsman.
Yeah. Never. These kids never had an inclination to be interested in that.
That's the only thing I was interested in when I was a kid. I grew up in the woods. I used to leave the house. So I had the pellet gun that I'm thinking this kid might have been using. I'm assuming if it was enough to actually break the skin and to go into the neck, which is a sensitive area. I could see that happening maybe with the CO2 cartridge one.
It also tells me that it was extremely close range.
It should have been probably pretty close at
that
range, I would imagine.
At that point, who knows? I'm not saying it was irresponsibility on the gun or the pellet gun owner or anything else. You never know.
Accidents
happen.
No matter what accident, I doubt the kid was aiming it, but it could have happened. But you're not assuming that that's going to lead to somebody's death. Freak accident. But I had one when I was a kid that was a pump action one, but it was only a single pump. So there was basically, you couldn't pump it more than once to have any greater effect. You could pump it 10 times you wanted to.
Wouldn't increase
it wouldn't increase
the velocity.
The velocity pretty much stayed the same, which meant I wasn't very interested in it because my good buddy down the street, he had one that had you could pump it until you couldn't pump it anymore.
And
then you tried to get it into the lock position, and then that thing, you couldn't even see it fire out of the gun. It felt like a real bullet. It would just bing, like really, it didn't want to make that noise.
Through a can, yeah.
Yeah, through a can, shatter a can. So I was thinking maybe it was one of those pump action ones that could really get the velocity up.
My memory takes me back to a compressed air, a cylinder. In
the CO2
cartridge.
handle,
a CO2 cartridge in the handle.
That's what I had too.
Of a pistol style that you could cock it back once, and that was the only way. You couldn't increase the velocity of the pellet leaving the gun.
Yep.
That was probably a safety decision my parents made in that capacity. So, I mean, it's a tragic accident. I don't think it's unsafe to introduce kids to BB or pellet guns.
Sure.
Not any. I mean, it comes with responsibility.
Yeah.
As a parent. As an owner, anybody. I mean, the parent who owned this gun, I'm assuming parent. I don't know, but there's a responsibility, and there was a lapse. Seems there was a lapse in protocol and safety protocol for an accident like this to happen.
And then accidents happen.
Yeah,
I mean, like you can prepare all day, and still accidents happen.
We hear it every day, far too often.
My wife and I grew up very differently. Obviously. She didn't have a lot of interest in BB guns growing up.
Yeah.
I have a tremendous interest in them growing up. And so we're at the age right now where my oldest is just about the age where we're now talking about, all right, do we introduce the idea of letting him, because he's already asking for him, because his friends have them.
Yeah, and it's about peer pressure,
And so we're trying to figure out, like, all right, is he responsible enough right now? He will be within a year or so, but like, is he responsible enough right now to use it in a way that his little brothers aren't going to, end up getting pinged in the behind.
That's another factor you've got to take into consideration, is that you've got 3 boys.
The siblings.
Right. So when you introduce anything into that culture, that brood,
it goes downhill.
Well, metaphorically, and literally, quickly,
It's so crazy though, because I remember when I was a kid, I had one of those as well. Like I had a couple of pump action rifles, and then I also had the CO2 one, which I thought was the coolest thing, because changing the CO2 cartridge was just cool.
It was,
and it made the little noise. And those guns, by the way, they looked totally real.
Yeah, even then they looked real.
Then.
Even more so today.
Totally real. And so when I was a kid, though, I would load this up in my backpack. I must have been 12 years old. I'd put it in my backpack, summertime. This would have been in the mid-90s, late 90s. And I had a little dirt bike.
Yeah, and off you go. Yeah.
And my neighbor had a dirt bike, and he had a bunch of BB guns. And so we would load up our BB guns in our backpacks. We'd toss in a bunch of Mountain Dews and some of those little, like, peanut butter crackers, snack packs.
Yeah.
And we'd be gone for the day. Yeah. And we'd be out there, like, shooting at cans.
Sounds great. Let's go.
It was
I do it today.
It was the best.
Yes.
And I want that same experience for my kids. I see stories like this, and I go, oh, man, that's horrible. But it is just a freak tragic accident.
It is.
And I don't want my kids to miss out on, it.
And they shouldn't. And I'm glad you've got that mentality about this. Accidents are going to happen.
Yeah.
You're going to have your kid not drive.
Yeah,
You're going to have your kid not swim in the ocean or
not
in a lake.
Ride a bike. Think of all the accidents that happen on bikes.
Right. You want to just give them safety training, give a sense of responsibility. That these are the bigger your toy, the more adult your toys get, the more danger comes along with them. Responsibility comes along with them.
Yeah. And you see them kind of like flex a little bit when they get a little more responsibility.
Absolutely.
They step
up.
That's
a sign. That's a step, man. That's a stage of growth and development.
Now, if I could just convince this of my wife. I've convinced you. Now, if I could convince my wife, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
She listen to the show?
She should listen to the show.
She should, man.
She should tune in.
We're just giving common sense here. Responsible common sense.
We know. We have the answer to everything.
We've been there.
Absolutely.
Lived through this.
All right, so that was a tragic story with the pellet gun. I want to shift over for just a second to this other tragic, a tragic update in the Longview Nippon Dynawave chemical plant explosion or implosion, I guess. So they have now confirmed 6 more of the missing people as not missing anymore, but are now dead, and so that brings the number of dead to 8. I believe there's
three unaccounted for.
3 unaccounted for still?
Missing
okay.
Still. Presumed now recovery, not rescue. Yeah.
Were you I was reading into some of how they treat some, because there's been a lot of talk about this white liquor that was, there's a 900,000 gallon vat of this white liquor, which is used, it's in this chemical process, which is used to break down essentially wood chips into what can then be used in paper products and all these different things.
Yes.
Pulp.
Yes, exactly. It's and one of the wonderful elements of the lumber industry in the Northwest is that you use every part of the tree, man.
Sure.
Everything from board to dust to mulch to chip, you name it. You use it all.
Yeah.
And part of that is figuring out they could take wood chips and reduce them down into a product, a pulp that could be then be used in 1,000 different things everyday life.
Absolutely.
And that's just part of the process of, that's industry.
That's what you do.
And part of that is these horrifically caustic and dangerous chemicals.
Did you read, Seattle Times had this really great piece on the severity of the burns that one can receive and why they're having to be so careful in the not only the recovery process for those who are missing and now dead, but also the cleanup process to make that build site safe.
Yeah.
And all of the leakage that then ended up, getting out into the greater
which may be environmental concerns
watershed.
for the community. Yeah, absolutely.
So listen to some of this. It's kind of crazy. This is from Seattle Times. So how do you treat somebody who comes in with one of these burns, which they had to do? First step, prepare for decontaminations outside of the emergency department. So in this case, we're talking about, what is the name of this hospital? Emmanuel something. I read it earlier, but I can't remember it now. Anyway, local hospital there where a lot of these victims were sent. So you prepare a decontamination center outside because you don't want the faculty and staff inside to get any stuff on them.
Right, they had to set up a triage decontamination center.
Yes.
Because this chemical, this white liquor, is the chemical name is in the story. I apologize. I'm right now subject to a firewall on my computer in the studio.
Go. Sure.
And I read this earlier as well. It is. It's imagine the most potent bleach.
A caustic chemical. They say is like
an intense bleach.
They're saying it's even, but on the skin, it's even worse than a bleach. They're saying we always think about acid burns being the worst, but they say this alkaline substance is actually worse because it doesn't just get into your skin. It then, just like the groundwater they're talking about it infecting, it actually gets into the underlying fat tissue in your body.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Keeps eating, keeps
and
destroying.
then adipose tissue all the way down to muscle and then into bone.
Yeah.
So how do you even fight that? And the best way is to treat it as quickly as possible. Get it off your skin.
Dilute it, clear it, dilute it.
All right, so we've talked about the decontamination center that they built. The next thing is douse the patient's skin with water, rinse their eyes with saline, wash off as much of the chemical as possible. Then a supportive care with IV fluids, likely multiple surgeries, and we're talking about skin grafts, things like that. Yeah. Very painful. Like the reconstructive process there would take a long time.
Yeah.
After that, even if the skin is washed and contaminated, again, this is from Seattle Times, the liquor can still sink deeper into tissues that run its course, like fat and bone, which can then run through the entire body. The chemical can also produce a hydrogen sulfide, which is a toxic fume that can then damage the lungs. So if it's on your skin and you're near it and then you're breathing it,
right,
it's not just soaking in, you're also
damaging your lung tissue from inhalation. It's also when the eyeballs are exposed.
And then the eyes.
You got ulcers or a tumor. I apologize, I can't get into this dang story right now.
Whatever it is, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about permanent eye damage.
Burns, bad stuff.
And when folks are burned to this degree with this type of a caustic acidic burn, it's a lifetime. I mean, it presents lifetime difficulties.
So scary.
Oftentimes people make great recoveries, but they're going to be changed forever.
Yeah.
I've got a dear friend who pumps petroleum for a living, delivers petroleum. He was a victim of an accident recently, Corey, and he had major burns. It was a very critical condition with long-term hospitalization.
Oh, that's horrible.
But his health concerns are forever. I mean, forever. He's made as much of a complete recovery, and it's amazing the recovery that he's made. Very courageous. It's a miraculous recovery.
But it'll be with him for the rest of his life.
And that's what the survivors of this horrific accident are going to experience as well.
Yeah.
I mean, people have been released from the hospital. So I think it was 3 that are still being treated at the hospital in Oregon or it's down in Oregon for this. But it's a lifetime's worth of this rehabilitation, I guess. But
these poor people, I mean, we talked about it yesterday, but just how
the community itself, it touches everybody in that community.
Yeah.
It was so great. Jim Walsh was on with us and explained to us the resources available for this community from a state, from a federal level.
Sure.
Not just to help those who were impacted by this horrific accident, the community from an employment perspective, from a health perspective, but also from an environmental perspective. You mentioned it a second ago. This caustic chemical seeped into the waterways and into the drainage ditches. it's contained, and they're saying right now that the drinking water supply for Longview is okay. But if this stuff eats through the ground like it eats through everything else, and it's sitting, these retention ditches,
think about that,
are sitting above the aquifer of Longview.
Listen to this. Residents may notice, this is a piece in the Seattle Times, a notice that was put out. Residents may notice an odor released through off-gassing as the water is flushed. Just think about that for a second. You've heard about this horrible thing that happened.
Which made its way into the sewer system.
Made its way into the water system.
Yeah.
And then your drinking water is now something, I mean, like you think about all these stories that we've covered. Like what was the one in Detroit? Was there one in Detroit? Flint, Michigan.
They switched the water supply that corrosively ate the drinking water pipes.
Yes.
In Flint, Michigan, and
and then you had to send in bottled water
for a better part of multiple years.
We don't even know even know the ramifications of this yet. But anyway,
and they're flushing that sewer system through the city with water,
try to get rid of it
with river water.
Yeah.
To try to just dissipate it.
Ugh, wild stuff. All right, well, we'll keep you up to date as we know more about that. And, if you have the ability to help out, I do think there's some local charities that are set up to help get these families some help. All right, we got a lot more coming up. When we come back, should we shift down to L.A. for a second? Did you see this clip? Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, the Kimmels, Spencer Pratt.
Jimmy Kimmel has decided that Spencer Pratt is somebody he'd like to talk about more than Trump, which I'm sure Trump is relieved by.
Hometown guy for him.
Hometown guy.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that next. We'll play some of that, and then we can debate it. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, winner of 7 regional Edward R. Murrow Awards. Breaking news coverage, best newscast, excellence in writing, investigative reporting, sports reporting, hard news. Capped with a prestigious prize for overall excellence. And we thank you, our audience across the Pacific Northwest. You are the reason we strive to be the Northwest's trusted news source. KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
With summer right around the corner, Valentine Roofing's schedule is filling up fast. Jake Skorheim here. I want to give you 3 reasons why you should pick up the phone and call Valentine today. Number 1, there's still time to beat the summer rush and get your roof started in as little as 3 weeks. Number 2, when the nice weather hits, you'll be enjoying your backyard instead of worrying about your roof. And 3, with the increased cost of crude oil, material prices going up, shipping prices going up, lock in your price now before the market absorbs all those price increases. Call 206 Roofing today, and I guarantee there'll be no surprises, just a clear estimate you can trust. And once you choose Valentine Roofing, here's what you can expect. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. That's the Valentine experience and the reason that they were awarded the 2025 Gold for Best Roofing Company by the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. Call 206 Roofing today. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of fella who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm John Repp. 6 out of 9 bodies have now been recovered from the site of the Longview chemical tank implosion as the work continues there, along with looming questions about safety. KIRO News Radio's Corwin Hake reports from Longview.
Once emergency operations are completed at this disaster site, an investigation into what caused the rupture will begin. Brian Wood, Director of Support and Services with Nippon Dynawave Packaging, says he welcomes the investigation.
We work in a highly hazardous atmosphere and a highly hazardous industry. We approach it with the utmost care.
That's not good enough for U.S. Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez, whose district includes Longview.
Folks here have watched mill after mill close across the state, always wondering if their plant or job is next. And today that fear has reached new heights as people wonder if this accident will be the last straw for a viable mill.
In Longview, Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle City Council members say they're working on a new bill that would make it easier to shut down streets to reduce gun violence and prostitution. The news comes after neighbors along Aurora Avenue built those homemade barriers to deter sex trafficking. Former King County Sheriff John Urquhart tells Gian Ursula that's not enough, and he says while you can't fully solve the issue...
What you can do is you can disperse it. You can get them to go to other areas. You could break them up. We used to call it stir in the pot.
He says prostitution exclusion zones would help officers crack down on Aurora crime. Health officials are warning residents after 3 people in Snohomish County were exposed to a rabid bat, the first in Snohomish County in 3 years, but the second around the state this year. That bat flew into a home Sunday night. If you do find one inside, definitely contact the health department, as rabies can be deadly if untreated. And we have more information on our website, mynorthwest.com. Stocks closing at record highs on Wall Street today, boosted by hope for a U.S.-Iran deal. The Dow is up 363 points, the NASDAQ up 55, and the S&P 500 up 16. Time now to check in on traffic. with Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, John. Let's see. Down in Federal Way, westbound 18 at Warehouser Way, our earlier car fire. That scene just cleared. Fire crews just left the scene, so all lanes are back open. You'll see the car. It's still there on the right shoulder, but we're still dealing with a thick backup from the Valley Freeway. Down in DuPont, we cleared our collision north 5 at Stillicum DuPont Road, but it left you with a nasty bumper-to-bumper backup starting way back at Marvin Road. South 5 jams up at Thorn Lane, so it's a 1-hour commute right now between Olympia and Tacoma in both directions. Here in Seattle, we're down to 20 minutes to get through downtown on North 5. Your backups start right there at the West Seattle Bridge, and South 5 slows some Northgate into downtown, about a half hour from Linwood to Seattle. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Rain mostly out of the picture today as we look at your forecast, aside from the occasional isolated shower. The high 60 degrees. And for the weekend, cloudy skies in the morning, but sunny in the afternoon and gradually warming. The high Sunday 68, and then significantly warmer and sunny on Monday and Tuesday. And be prepared for the high of 83 degrees on Tuesday. Currently in downtown Seattle, cloudy skies, 51 degrees. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Do that on a Friday.
Can I
deserve a nice weekend, don't I? Don't I deserve a nice weekend?
A little sneak peek. Spike and I, a lot of times on the break, we just show each other memes. We always get messages from the audience like, why do you guys always look at your phone on the commercial breaks?
Because you people are hilarious.
Because it's funny, and you guys send us funny things.
Yeah, thank you.
This is one of the funny things that somebody sent me. One of my favorite memes. What's your favorite meme, by the way, right now? And you know what mine is, so don't steal it, but I'll tell you mine in a second.
I don't know.
Think of yours while I tell you mine.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite memes right now is there's a shot of Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, sitting on the couch in the Oval Office at some big meeting with a lot of folks, and he's sitting there and he looks kind of grumpy. It's obviously like he's in the foreground of what was not supposed to be his shot in the camera.
Right.
But he's very clearly pretty bored out of his mind.
Well, I think from the initial photo of your favorite meme was him at one of the White House press avails when the president was speaking to a leader. I'm not sure which other country.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get a little testy between the president and the press.
It was probably, if I had to guess, probably somebody from the Middle East. Could have been a China. I don't know.
I was thinking it might have been Zelensky of Ukraine.
You know what? It might have been Ukraine.
Yeah. Anyway, so Marco Rubio was sitting there going, "Oh, I wish I was anywhere but here."
He looks exactly like
anywhere but here.
Want
to get away? I mean, it is clearly the greatest want to get away shot of all time.
And what they have done now, what this meme has become, is anytime something is happening in major politics, like when Maduro was taken from Venezuela, and then there'll be a picture. Somebody will take Marco Rubio and using AI, because you just have to ask AI and it'll make it immediately. It'll be a picture of Marco Rubio wearing very much like a Maduro-looking outfit.
Yeah, sitting in that same chair.
And it's always like
in the White House.
Marco Rubio realizing he now has to run Venezuela.
Because at one point he was the director of national intelligence, or acting director of national intelligence.
Yep.
He was, of course, Secretary of State. He was a national archivist for a while there. Because there's nothing. Because when Trump says, "Marco, handle this," Marco says, "Yes, sir," and I'll handle this, because he does.
Because he's competent.
Yes, he is.
And like he's a thirsty fella, we know, but he's good at doing a job.
He's a thirsty fella. That's well put.
And so the one that I saw today, there's all this talk about this 250th American anniversary party that's going to happen at the Capitol.
Centennial, you bet.
There's going to be. They're trying to zero in on a performer for this.
Well,
and people are dropping out.
They're trying to stop the leaking, They're trying to. Initially, it was announced that 9 different performers were going to take part in the Great American State Fair. Was that what it was called?
Something.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the celebration of 250 years of American wonder at the mall in D.C., the National Mall, with a day-long performances from, you name it, the greatest artists of the 80s and 90s. And
the who's who of the 80s.
Who's that of the 80s. But one by one, these artists are dropping out. I think it's like 6 or 7 of the 9 announced artists have since.
Out? Who did I see just dropped out?
The Commodores are gone. Young MC is gone.
Was it Bret Michaels dropped out?
Bret Michaels dropped out. Milli Vanilli says they were not going to perform. Martina McBride.
Milli Vanilli, that's a joke.
No, it was. I'm telling you, it was part of the announced 9.
It can't be. There's only one of them left.
It was Fab. Are
you joking?
I'm not joking, and he has since pulled out
because he's not a real singer.
Well,
a lot
of people felt that it was the perfect selection. Most folks who are deciding and making announcements that they are not going to take part in this announced national state fair, Great American State Fair celebration.
Yeah,
because they're using various iterations of, we were misled. We were told it's going to be not a politically driven event. It's there's various iterations of that.
Okay.
So the point being, I think they're down to 2 people.
Okay, so here's who's dropped out so far. We have Morris Day, which you already said.
Morris Day in the Time.
Young MC, the Commodores, Martina McBride.
Mm-hmm.
5 of the 9 headline acts have dropped out since the lineup was announced. Brett Michaels says the event pitched in by organizers has evolved into something much more divisive than what I agreed to be a part of. That's what he says.
Yeah, that's they're all saying this has become charged.
Okay.
I'm taking heat for wanting to celebrate America's 250th anniversary.
Essentially, what all that means is, to be fair, all that really means is that he's in the entertainment industry. The entertainment industry traditionally, as a group, looks very much down on anything related to Trump. And he's probably catching flack from people that he works with or wants to continue having a relationship with. I don't know that's the case.
No, it's true, but it's a valid concern. It's a valid way to interpret how things are being played out here.
Yeah, I don't agree with
Association with this. This is a very unpopular administration.
Well, I mean
they're coming in at 37% with
not at the electorate.
Best numbers.
Yeah, but
with the electorate.
I mean, as far as people who elected him.
Well, no, he's doing great with his base.
He won the majority of the votes.
Doing great
or
with
whatever.
his base, but when you poll Americans, this is a pretty unpopular administration.
I understand. Every president has ebbs and flows. I'm not saying he's hitting
this is more like a swan
right
dive.
Here's
flow.
Back to my.
This ain't a lazy river.
But
go on.
Consider the source.
The meme.
That's true. You don't like him.
I don't like him. I don't like his policies. I don't mind him. He seems like a great grandfather.
That's true.
Yeah,
he does seem like a good grandfather.
Grandkids. Crazy about his grandkids.
Back to my funny meme. Marco Rubio. I just saw this. I'll repost this right now if you guys want to go to my.
Yeah, given Marco Rubio
go
wears
to
a lot of hats.
Skorheim, you can see this.
He's now
so the
wearing
meme
wigs.
now says it's a picture of Marco Rubio, and he's wearing like 80s.
He's got frosted hair.
He's
got a puffy jacket.
What looks like a sequined silver jacket, very tight leather pants, chains, earrings. He looks ridiculous. Says Marco Rubio realizing that he has to become a pop star to perform the nation's 250th.
Yeah, he's not
after all these people
he's
dropping
going
out.
on second.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I love it so much. These memes have been very funny. I do enjoy all the memes. Memes are fun for across all political parties. So they're very fun. All right. Speaking of political parties, Jimmy Kimmel, he was talking about Spencer Pratt. Now, Jimmy Kimmel's an L.A. guy.
He is an L.A. guy.
He has a vested interest in this.
It's going to be his mayor.
It's going to be his mayor. And he had some things to say about Spencer Pratt. Yeah. Well, actually, no. Where does Jimmy Kimmel live? Does he live in Beverly Hills? It may not be his mayor. Beverly Hills his own mayor?
I'm sure it does. He works in L.A., so.
Okay. He probably lives, who knows where he lives. Maybe he lives
gated community, I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, but they're all rich down there. Whatever. Right. I don't fault anybody for being rich.
No.
Are we already out of time? Oh, my gosh.
We spent a lot of time on Marco Rubio.
Did we talk about Rubio that whole time?
It's not our fault Rubio's popular.
All right.
It's not our fault he's versatile.
When we come back, let's play this Jimmy Kimmel clip.
Sounds good.
Then you can break it down and discuss its merits.
Sure.
We will have all that when we come back. And go check out at Jake Skorheim. You can see that Marco Rubio meme. It's very funny. And then you still have a chance to get your suggestions in on the text line, 888-973-5476, for Friday favorites. What are your favorite stories of the week? We're going to play some of them. 2 o'clock. Stick around. Be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO. News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
The Harnish Auto Family Super Sale is happening right now. The cost of living has gone up, but when buying a car, it doesn't have to feel like it. Zero down delivers, no payments all summer, and exclusive 10-day deals in partnership with Tapco Credit Union. With a wide selection of new vehicles and over 400 used vehicles across 5 dealerships, you'll find just what you're looking for. Visit Subaru, Volkswagen, and Chevy Buick GMC of Puyallup or Kia and Chevy of Everett. Harnish Auto Family. People matter.
Offers available OAC on select models. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And now it's the final days of our Everything's on Sale event. Save up to $1,200 on mattresses. Our Memorial Day event ends Monday. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Amazon Business. Discover smart business buying, where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
right, welcome back to the show. We got a clip from Jimmy Kimmel. We didn't get to this last segment because we were just yapping about memes, which are funny. Jimmy Kimmel was on last night. What's his show called? It's Tonight Show with Jimmy Kimmel Show. Jimmy Kimmel Live. Yeah. He was talking about Spencer Pratt, who is getting very close in the race with Karen Bass, who is the incumbent mayor down there in California, in L.A. And I actually think this works to Spencer Pratt's benefit, that Jimmy Kimmel
has targeted him,
has kind of taken him on because no press, any press is good press. Isn't that what they say? Is that the phrase?
Yeah, no such thing as bad publicity.
No such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
He's being talked about on a national stage with a guy. I mean, like, I would assume that Jimmy Kimmel has a large audience of LA voters. And let's hear what he has to say about Spencer Pratt. I don't think it's complimentary, but I don't think this works against him necessarily. But you be the judge, Spike.
Spencer Pratt, who is running for mayor, another narcissist looking for attention. The mayor of LA is in charge of a $14 billion annual budget. Spencer Pratt is not the person who should be in charge of it. In 2011, Spencer Pratt and his wife intentionally blew through all their money on purpose. They bought an armored truck. They bought $500,000 worth of Birkin handbags. They bought $1 million worth of rose quartz. They had parties. They gave out gifts. He bought a monster truck. They spent all their money. They spent $10 million because they believed the world was about to end in a Mayan apocalypse. And then when there wasn't a Mayan apocalypse, they had no money and had to move into Spencer's parents' house.
So he's not pleased with Spencer Pratt. Doesn't think he's.
Those are all facts.
Sure,
they did all that. If you're going to run for mayor of the city, let's own your past.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a problem. Yeah, I can't speak to the Mayan apocalypse of it all.
He was pretty public about his.
Oddly,
he's a big conspiracy theorist.
Oddly, his home did burn in a crazy fire, and his entire community lost everything. And 16,000 of his neighbors are homeless, and many, many people died. I mean, that is apocalyptic in nature. Maybe it's not Mayan apocalypse, but
okay. Yeah.
I mean, there is kind of a weird irony there.
Yeah.
Do you think Jimmy Kimmel thinks that Karen Bass is doing a better job? What do you think he thinks her assessment of? What's funny is if the clip does go on.
Yeah.
And he talks about how people locally are not happy with Karen Bass. I mean, he's singling out.
He says in his. I listened to the piece. Kimmel's monologue on Spencer Pratt, and we're going to get a chance to talk about it today. He says, "Look, the guy's mad.
Yeah,
the city burned down. There was a lot of mistakes were made. He's mad. He's angry. He goes to that regard. A lot of LA's angry too. They can relate to this guy. He finds himself in the same boat as a lot of people in LA because of the way the situation was handled. Now, does that mean Karen Bass is doing a great job? I don't think so. But what Kimmel's speaking to is, does this guy really even want to be mayor? You know, does he want to see Kimmel's part of his monologue? Does he want to sit in 14 hours of zoning meetings a week? No, he wants to be famous. You know, he's booked a reality TV production company to film his campaign. He's running his campaign and filming it for reality TV.
He's been very effective at campaigning.
Oh, I'm not saying he isn't. This is a great social media driven.
Yeah.
In touch with this generation's way they consume media.
I don't think it's fair to fault him for using the roots that he knows as a means of communicating his message.
I didn't mean to fault him for it. I don't think Kimmel's faulting him for it.
Yeah.
He said, but does this guy really, does he want to be mayor? Does he know how to be mayor?
Here's an interesting thing that they've done recently, which I actually thought was quite clever. You're not allowed to paint things on the streets. Like, you can't go around and paint signs to say, like, hey, vote for Spencer Pratt.
Well, yeah, it's a city street. Yeah.
So what they're doing instead is they're taking stencils and they're taking a power washer. And they're going around to the dirty streets, which are covered in filth and human waste and drug paraphernalia and all these things. And they're cleaning the stencil off of the street. So they're putting the stencil down, genius. Then they take the power washer and they clean it. Yeah. And it says, if Spencer Pratt was mayor, all the streets would be this clean.
That's genius.
Now, the only reason you can even read the stencil is because the rest of the street is so filthy. Yeah. And it forces people to realize, like, hey, what are you getting for your money? Now, the argument against Spencer Pratt and for Karen Bass is that she somehow has experience because she has worked in government. Now, listen, that and a quarter will get you a phone call because houses have burned down, people have died. LA is a disaster zone. Being in government does not mean that you're a very smart person. It just means that you're in government. So I don't think that that's a fair criticism of him, the fact that he doesn't have a past in government. because she's been in government, and look at where LA's at right now.
That's people make that choice every day. Somebody from an outsider.
Sure.
Outsiders have had quite a run of late in government at all levels.
Yeah.
Businessmen who, buy a lot of these days.
They get elected as president.
Well, a lot of these days campaigns are bought. One of the front runners is Steyer down in for the governor of LA or of California.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He's flooding the zone with ads. He's buying the governorship if he's lucky enough to win. And he's a businessman. Maybe he'll have a pragmatic business approach to how the state should be run. I'm not saying it's the wrong solution to their problems. It's just a new reality we're living in these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still spending his brains out.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Pratt's flush with money. We talked a couple weeks ago about how many of these incredibly successful entrepreneurs.
Well, no, he's not a Steyer. Pratt is not a Steyer.
No, I bet Pratt is. Pratt's flush with money.
Pratt has had a lot of campaign donations come in.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, he doesn't have money.
No, he's broke. He ripped through $10 million buying crystals.
He can't even rebuild his house.
I know.
His house was on. He
was
uninsured. No, he wasn't uninsured.
I'm reading he was uninsured in the LA fires.
You should continue reading. He was on the supplemental California insurance because all the insurance companies have pulled out.
Insurance. He didn't have private. You're right. You're right. He didn't have private.
So that's false. So he had the only insurance available to him because California, that area was so poorly managed. Insurance companies said, "We're not going to deal with you guys because you're managing fire so poorly." And they sent letters for years. Yes, they did.
I would. You can say it's because they were poorly managed, and you could also point to the element that the climate has changed to the degree where fires have become an unprecedented threat.
But this wasn't
to properties and values.
This was started by somebody.
Yeah, but the effects of this fire were climate driven. It was started by a human.
But the insurance company said
the winds that drove this fire. I hear you. There's a lot of different nuance to this conversation. You're right though. But then he said he was living in a trailer on his lot during his commercials, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't. He was living at the Bel Air Hotel.
Well, yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, because his house burnt down.
Well, yeah, but you don't put a commercial on TV saying I'm living in my trailer on my lot.
You find that disqualifying?
I don't find it disqualifying. I find it disingenuous, but nobody cares. That's my point. I'm not voting for LA mayor.
Yeah.
But they don't care in LA. It's because it's all about the show. It's about the presentation. The guy's running a brilliant campaign. He's a reality star. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a reality star mayor if he's elected. And he may be the best solution the city has. I don't know.
It'd be interesting to try.
Yeah. Well, we tried it in the White House.
We'll see what
we
happens.
tried a reality star.
We got to go. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go in in to Longevity Medical Clinic, that's an action. It's about taking that action. Like people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
John Curley here. This baseball season, step up to the plate and get the price of a new heating and cooling system in just 60 seconds on your phone with no pressure. Don't wait. Call the comfort people. HomeComfortAlliance.com. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
This Memorial Day, get $525 off every window, $1,000 off every door, plus 12 months zero-interest financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Mike Tabusky. Iranian officials say President Trump is mischaracterizing what's in a short-term peace proposal between the two countries. Neither side so far has officially signed off on the agreement, with sticking points around Iran's nuclear program and the Strait of Hormuz.
That really does put back into question how serious this potential deal is. And right now, based on the rhetoric coming from Tehran, it doesn't seem like it's even close to being over the finish line.
ABC's Christiane Cordero. One miner has been rescued in Laos, part of a group of people who've been trapped in a flooded cave for more than a week now. ABC's Marcus Moore.
They're taking them out one by one. And so we know that one person has been brought to the surface. And so there's every sense that this could go on for quite some time and that it will be quite difficult.
That one miner is said to be doing well. 6 other people remain in the cave, but authorities only know the location of 4 of them. This is ABC News. The number of injuries from that Virginia bus crash has climbed to 44, with 3 people in critical condition. Early this morning, that bus crashed through a work zone on I-95 in Virginia. 5 people were killed. An SUV crashed into a terminal at Detroit Wayne Airport this morning. This eyewitness describing the moment that it happened.
I saw the SUV pointed right in our direction, came flying through the doors, said, "Get out of my way," and he just kept coming.
The driver in that incident has been arrested. Service in and out of Penn Station in New York City has resumed after NJ Transit and Amtrak service was suspended today following a fire that erupted on work trains in the Hudson River Tunnel. Several workers in that tunnel were injured. And nearly 2,000 measles cases have been reported across the U.S. so far this year, according to the Centers for Disease Control. That is more than 11 times the yearly average for that illness. I'm Mike Tabusky, ABC News.
Coming up, grief and ongoing questions in Longview as recovery continues. But first, Nate Connors is at the traffic desk.
Thanks, John. This one brought to us by Seattle Sports. We're getting busy out there. Parkland, westbound 512, right at I-5. A collision blocks the right lane and also partially blocking your on-ramp to North 5. In DuPont, we cleared our collision North 5 at Stillicum DuPont Road about a half hour ago, but we're still looking at scattered backups from Lacey in through Nisqually. Let's see, Olympia to Tacoma, about 45 minutes. Coming the other way, though, it's at 1 hour still from Tacoma into Olympia. Here in Seattle, South 5, we're still slow from Northgate in the downtown, about a half hour from Linwood. And North 5, we've got those usual backups starting at the West Seattle Bridge across the Ship Canal. About 20 minutes get you through downtown Seattle. Both directions of 405 are heavy between Alderwood and Bothell this afternoon, heavier in the northbound direction. Looks like just heavy rain up there is the cause of this. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm John Repp. Recovery work continues at the scene of the Longview pulp mill. 8 people confirmed dead, 3 employees still missing. At the same time, water supply concerns are forcing health officials to take action. The story from KIRO News Radio's Corwin Hake in Longview.
In the wake of Tuesday's tank implosion and chemical spill comes a troubling realization about the network of ditches designed to hold and scrub paper mill wastewater. Brooke Stanfield is with the Environmental Protection Agency.
This ditch sits on top of a sole source aquifer and a well field where the city of Longview gets its primary drinking water.
The EPA and local utilities hope to protect the aquifer by drawing fresh water from the nearby Cowlitz River to flood and dilute the ditch over the well field. In Longview, Corwin Hake, KIRO News Radio.
The man found guilty of stabbing a woman in Tacoma's Point Defiance Park in 2024 is in court today for sentencing. The defense filed a motion for Nicholas Matthew, found guilty last year of attempted murder, stating that he is not competent to move forward. A judge has denied that motion. We have a reporter in the courtroom. We'll let you know the sentence as soon as it's handed down. A long-running fatal hit-and-run case out of Whatcom County is effectively closed. The State Patrol says back in 2016, Luciano Ion Garcia was speeding, missed a curve, and crashed, killing one passenger and injuring another, and then he disappeared. WSP's Chris Loftus says detectives finally tracked him to Guatemala through electronic tips and social media, only to learn of his passing.
We were able to then reach out to the Guatemalan authorities and confirm that it was the same individual. So he'd been in Guatemala since the collision occurred back in 2016.
Sound Transit's light rail expansion plan is moving forward, but some significant cutbacks. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports board members got an earful on the revisions.
With Sound Transit's ST3 plan behind schedule and facing a $34.5 billion deficit, several people let the board have it during public comment.
Not from West Seattle. We need a transit signal priority. Look it up.
Sit down, sir. Thank you.
The vote solidified projects Sound Transit can and can't afford on the can-do list. A new station at Graham Street in Seattle and link extensions to the Tacoma Dome, West Seattle, and from downtown Seattle to Seattle Center. A $22 billion extension to Seattle's Ballard neighborhood was deemed not currently affordable. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
If you're looking for a functional souvenir timed with the FIFA World Cup, King County Metro is rolling out a limited edition Orca card featuring a vibrant blue raven, green whale-tail pattern, and colorful soccer balls. 27,000 cards being distributed during World Cup events and at transit customer service locations. Taking a look at your forecast, we are pretty much done with the rain. You'll see some cloudy skies today, though, into tomorrow, and then skies gradually clearing. 60 degrees the high today. Saturday, look for sunshine in the afternoon, the high 63, and then a warming trend all the way through to a high of 83 degrees on Tuesday. Currently in downtown Seattle, cloudy skies, 53 degrees. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. Then you got the John Curley Show. Then you get a weekend. And then we'll be back here on Monday. So, a lot of fun.
People are living the life out there.
Lucky ducks. Oh. You lucky ducks. All right, we asked you guys earlier. We said text us at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Send us your story ideas for what your favorite stories of the week. Hands down, no pun intended, we got a lot of suggestions for good stories, and they were a lot of them were what I was going to pick. I think the one that you picked was also on the list many times.
Yeah.
Laura, I'm sure yours was as well. Why don't we just get to some of these, and then we can have some fun with them. Laura, start us off. What's your story of the week?
There was no other story for me besides the rescue of that cat from under the car.
Is that Gig Harbor?
Gig Harbor.
Yeah. Okay.
Engine 52.
Good job, firefighters.
Yeah, I loved the story. I think the thing I loved the most about it was so many people coming together for such a small little thing.
Sweet
I love
little
cats,
kitten.
so I'm obviously biased, but I thought it was very sweet. And then I guess my second favorite thing about it is that the cat peed on the guy who was trying to rescue him. And we have that audio.
It's all right. There you go. There you go. Careful. Hold it. Yeah, you're getting peed on. Yep, okay. Sure. You're doing a good job. Yes. Oh, you did it. Good job. Don't let him go.
Hazards of the job.
Hazards of the job. You know, this kitten made its way into traffic, and a car stopped so the kitten wouldn't be injured, killed in traffic. Kitten crawled under the undercarriage of a car. Emergency services were called. They escorted this car to Eagle Garage, local garage, where they lifted it on a car lift and carefully extracted this kitten.
Very sweet
from
story.
the undercarriage. It's incredible that people took the time for a life of an animal.
Have you guys ever rescued an animal or have it as an animal? I'm not talking about like a Richard Gere situation, but like have you ever had an animal that got stuck in some strange spot? People don't know that reference. Don't
Please,
look it up.
don't.
No,
Yeah,
I shouldn't even have brought it up.
You know, birds as a kid.
That's all an allegation, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a nasty. I shouldn't even have brought that up.
Yeah,
I apologize. That's an old. That's
it's
an
a
old
South
thing.
Park myth.
It's an old South Park
old
thing.
South Park
Yeah.
myth.
Do you remember that episode?
Oh yeah, Lemmy Winks.
Oh
You bet.
my gosh.
Which is the greatest name ever, too, by the way.
Lemmy Winks.
And how they
Remember that?
Lord of the Rings. But yeah, he's
so
genius.
funny. Lord, do you have any
Genius.
idea what we're talking about? No,
I don't know. I shook my head on a radio station.
You don't know
No,
the
I have
Richard.
no
You don't know
idea.
the gear, and you don't know the Lemmy
No, and
Winks.
you just told me not to Google
Don't
it.
look it up.
Don't Google it.
Yeah,
you
don't
got a
do it.
weekend coming up. You don't want to spend the entire weekend trying to get
What
rid
a
of that.
horrible way that rumors get spread.
Right.
Horrible. I absolutely don't believe that that's true.
No basis in reality.
Nope.
Once whatsoever.
I don't believe it. All right,
As a
but-
kid, you rescue the occasional bird.
Yes.
You try to nurse it back to health. And your parents always tell you, don't touch it. They're filthy
They got
animals.
ticks.
They got all kind of stuff on it.
They're
But
disgusting.
You can't stop a kid from trying to save a little critter. You know, I blocked this out of my mind, but now it's back.
Sure.
I witnessed nature at its most horrific.
Oh no.
This week.
What happened?
We've got a lot of wild bunnies in our neighborhood.
Oh,
wild.
jeez.
And it's spring. And we've got a whole murder of crows that frequent our neighborhood. A murder is the official technical term for a group of crows.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife feeds these crows. My wife, we keep a big stash of unsalted peanuts in our house.
They don't like the salted kind?
Well, it's bad for them.
Cholesterol. Yeah.
So my wife goes for walks the dog and brings a pocket full of onions, and these crows follow my wife around the ravine.
She's
near our home.
befriended them.
She has, and crows have incredible memories.
They do.
Anyway, I watched this crow get a hold of a baby bunny, and the mother and the parents trying to fight off this crow. And
horrible story
And they
to
weren't.
tell.
I'm sorry.
I'd much rather talk about Lemmy Winks.
I'm not sure to talk about the kitten that lived.
Oh.
The kitten that lived. Let's focus on the kitten that lived.
That's tragic. Baby bunnies.
It broke my heart, man.
There's nothing
and
cuter than a baby
And I
bunny.
watched the crow fly away, and I watched the mother and father, and they were just. You could see it. It was like I was watching a kids show.
Oh.
That's why it was horrible. Oh, and now I got that.
Well,
I'm gonna go watch.
Bring it back around now. What are you doing to us in the audience? Now everyone's crying.
I'm sorry.
Make it better.
It's nature, right?
it
Which
is
actually
it
kind
is
of goes
nature.
well into Spike's story.
It does. Thank you very much. That's how we'll do this. What I want to point out is
what is yours? What's your story?
mine is the Peace Act in Oregon, gathering 117,000 plus signatures and maybe on the ballot this fall. The Peace Act is a measure initiative petition 28. It's the People for the Elimination of Animal Cruelty Exemptions. This is an activist group through PETA trying to get onto the fall ballot in Oregon.
Is it PETA?
I thought the gentleman was through PETA, wasn't he?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't
Maybe
see
it
that.
was.
But it would totally make sense.
I
Call it
assumed
an
if I'm
activist
wrong,
group.
yeah.
I'm sure PETA would.
An
I don't know.
activist group is trying to put on the ballot there are laws on the books in order against animal cruelty. And this group is trying to get a measure on the ballot in November to eliminate the exemptions in the animal cruelty laws for hunting.
Which
for
allow for things like
fishing.
agriculture.
They want to deem, various elements of farming, breeding as sexual assault
on an animal.
Yeah. They want to eliminate rodent removal in the pests industry.
Is that a sexual thing?
No, that's just cruelty.
Oh.
They want rats to die of old age peacefully in their sleep, surrounded by their baby rat grandkids or something.
Sure.
They want
Back to Lemmiwink stuff.
They want to outlaw hunting. They want to outlaw fishing.
Even catch and release.
Because it's cruelty.
Ugh.
And, we saw this story, and the fact that, someone proposes this the person who proposed this initiative, again, it's the PEACE Act, People for the Elimination of Animal Cruelty Exemptions. The person who proposed says, look, I know this, it's the third time they've tried to propose this. They know it's not going anywhere. He just wants to move the needle on the conversation.
A cultural shift.
Against animal cruelty. And I just, you brought it up, and I hadn't even contemplated this, but there's that side of the aisle in Oregon isn't nearly big enough to make this thing actually come into play and become a law.
Yeah.
But in Washington,
way bigger than I expected. 117,000 signatures.
People bought into this.
117,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in Washington, we've got probably a lot more
Got
people
at least double that.
who could get it on the ballot.
How big
in
is
the
King
September.
County? No, I'm just kidding. It's not all of King County. How many people are in Seattle? Would they sign something like this? People don't have a connection to where you get food. They think that it comes in a subscription box, then they removed it surgically, and that's not the way it happens. Somebody went out there and they had to kill a cow. But you know what? You're enjoying that steak, and it's a delicious piece of protein.
Yeah. Or you
want it done humanely.
Yeah. Or the eggs you put in your omelet every morning.
Or the eggs.
And when we
or
brought
the
up,
rabbit.
When we brought up the rabbit, you got to get them when they're young.
Have you had rabbit?
I have had rabbit.
It's very good.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
when
it's really
prepared
tasty.
well.
I know what that crow was thinking.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Why'd you bring me back?
Maybe the baby is like lamb.
It might be like a veal.
Stop.
Yeah. Or like a baby. Yeah. I don't want them to. I'm not saying I want.
No, I hear you.
Baby bunnies are the cutest. Yeah.
We can have conversations about factory farming or agricultural practices. I'm with these guys about that. There are conversations to be had. But trying to say that, catch and release fishing, taking away the exemptions for tribal fisheries, for commercial fishings, for the beef industry, the chicken industry.
Yeah.
You can't have that. It's just crazy.
Not only is it crazy, it's really horrible for their economy. They generate like $4.4 billion is generated through that industry.
And we're not talking about agro. We're talking about hunting and fishing. And the permits for the hunting and fishing, the conservation of resources.
The Oregon Fish and Wildlife pays for all of their parks, or the majority. All that stuff comes through hunting and fishing licenses. So if you enjoy beautiful parks and trails and walkways and all those fun things that people like, where you get to go and experience nature, then this would work against that. And I think it's a horrible idea. But we'll see what happens. They might pass it. I mean, it's going to get on the ballot. I can't imagine that you have a majority of the people who would vote for something like this.
But you never know these days.
You never know.
You never know.
It's crazy. Can we just for a second go back to, because we were talking about animals, like little baby, cute little sweet animals?
Sure.
This is a happy little bunny story.
Okay, good.
Because we need it. We have on our back deck, we have every single year, and I don't know if it's the same bunnies or what, or if they just have identified this as a safe place, but the back deck is really low over the ground, and so it's a safe place from predators.
Oh, okay.
And
not even a crawl space, right?
Not a crawl space. I mean, it's like it's only like an inch above.
Okay, yeah.
And so a couple inches maybe, but it's big enough for a bunny to get under there, but like a coyote's not getting under there, which is they love bunnies.
Perfect.
And so every single year in our backyard, we have baby bunnies that are born under there, and then they feed in the grass right next to our deck, and then they just kind of eat grass. And then anytime we go outside, they sit there and they stare at you, and then they run back under the deck.
Yeah.
It's the cutest thing.
Adorable.
They're the sweetest.
Yeah.
Can somebody send me a suggestion on what to do about bunny poop, though? That's a problem.
Are you getting it on your deck?
Not on the day, in the grass.
Oh, in the grass.
The kids come up from, slip and slide, and they look like they're covered in raisins. It's bunny poop, and it's everywhere, and I don't know how to stop it. And it's disgusting.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can have the beauty that is the cuddliness of a baby bunny.
There's got to be a way. I'm not saying I need to stop them from pooping. I'm not trying to go against nature.
Try cheese. Yeah.
I was going to sprinkle human hair around the edge just to keep them away from where I want to keep them out.
Oh,
because I saw that in a movie once. But maybe cheese, just to back them up. All right. What am I doing? Oh, this is a great one.
Can we honorable mention?
Yes.
Was it Rob Saka?
Rob Saka.
What got a lot of votes from you guys? His plea to the mayor of Seattle.
Let's do this one real quick.
Okay.
He was saying, turn the cameras on.
Yes.
Katie Wilson.
We are the only World Cup city in America that will not be using surveillance cameras to help secure.
Unless there's a, quote, credible threat.
Unless we got a credible threat.
Yeah.
Unless somebody calls with a note or something.
Which is
redonkulous.
Which means too late.
Yeah. And we're asking the mayor to reconsider.
Yep.
This putting this tool back in the hands of law enforcement and security.
And this was at a public safety committee as part of the city council meeting the other day, and he had this to say.
I want to explain why this issue is deeply personal to me. Yes, Chair, I'm a little sporty today. It's for good reason. Because 13 years ago, in 2013, me and my wife ran the Boston Marathon. We had just finished running the race. We had just run the world's greatest marathon, the Mecca of marathons. And then the first of the bombs went off. And I'll never forget. And then another device exploded shortly thereafter.
He then talked about, what do you do in that moment? Chaos, confusion.
Scared to death, didn't know what to do. Didn't know how to protect my wife in that moment. We decided at that point just to stay put. And I'll also never forget in the chaos and the confusion and the terror that unfolded in those moments after those bombs went off. I'll never forget, and I'll be forever grateful by the over 100, potentially hundreds of first responders, firefighters, paramedics, and yes, police, putting their safety on the line, running towards the danger to help keep us safe. All the confusion, all the fear, all the chaos, and the realization that such a joyful global event could, unfortunately, become a mass casualty incident in an instant. And I'll also never forget how very critical security cameras, including CCTV, were in helping law enforcement quickly identify the perpetrators, quickly understand what happened, and help prevent further tragedies.
That's all. I mean, if Rob Sock is asking, everyone's asking. We had the Kent Liu, he's the president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild.
Yeah.
He was in here speaking on behalf of his guild members who got into a little tiff with the mayor, actually, because he posted a video after a recent Capitol Hill shooting. He's just like, hey, look it. CCTV footage was instrumental in catching the people who are out there shooting these guns.
The 77-year-old gentleman who was attacked on the streets of Seattle, both perpetrators caught because of cameras.
Because of cameras. The only reason we know who those guys were and we're able to get them so quickly, the Seattle Police, I say we, Seattle Police, is because they had them on video.
Yeah.
That's evidence.
And when you talk in World Cup with every other city proclaiming we're going to use these cameras, we're using facial identification software in most cities. And if we're proclaiming that we're not, that makes us a soft target.
Why? I mean, why would she do that? If all the conventional wisdom says this is a bad idea, if Rob Saka is not a conservative guy, he's a Seattle politician. And he is saying, please turn these cameras on. I have firsthand experience in the worst example imaginable, which is the Boston Marathon. And he's saying, turn these cameras on, please. Do you think she's going to do it?
Yeah,
she's got a couple weeks left.
I actually do. It was, and I'll quote Public Safety Committee Chairman Rob Cattle says, "Waiting for a credible threat to be issued is not the professional standard for safety and surveillance in a major event like the World Cup." Mm-hmm. He's not wrong.
Yeah,
come on, Your Honor.
And I do think it will be a career-defining decision of hers, because if she's fairly new to the job, but she's been making a lot of missteps. She's had some turnover in her office. She says her chief of staff was reassigned to the kids' table a couple weeks ago.
That's great.
Her head of the homeless group was, resigned, quote, resigned.
Shown the door.
So clearly there's something happening in the office.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she's just feeling a lot of external pressure from groups who have a vested interest in making sure that the city is safe.
Mm-hmm.
And she also has to deal with the people who got her elected, which is a very specific ideological view of the world, and they do not want to see these cameras on. So what do you do about that?
So you said that this could be a career-defining decision
for Katie Wilson.
To turn them on or to leave them off?
Yes.
To turn them on.
Yes.
Be career-defining, that she can learn from her mistakes.
Well, whatever she does, it's career-defining.
If she turns at a crossroads.
She's at a crossroads. So she has two paths ahead of her.
Yeah.
And one of those paths is monitored and is safe with a camera, and the other path, if something bad happens, like that old man being shoved to the ground, or somebody firing bullets in Capitol Hill, which end up making their way into buildings and people get injured.
Or God forbid something horrific.
God forbid something horrific like Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
She's going to have to make that decision. And the clock is now ticking. It's not like there's this like open-ended discussion that can happen all summer. We have the World Cup showing up on Seattle's doorstep in what? 2.5 weeks?
Just over 2 weeks, yeah. Just over 2.5 weeks.
So the clock is ticking, Madam Mayor. You say Madam Mayor?
Yeah.
Or is it Miss Mayor?
Madam. I guess Madam.
Miss Mayor sounds like younger and like more hip. Madam Mayor sounds not as cool.
Well, I think she could use the gravitas.
She can use any help she can get. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Your Honor.
Well, I hope she makes the right decision.
I do too.
And that would show, you know what that would show? That would show leadership too.
I would agree.
Because if the people who are in her office are saying don't do it, and then the people outside are saying, hey, you know what?
The experts in their field are saying.
In their field.
All your contemporaries, every other mayor in this country.
Yeah. Right now, the opinion that a lot of people have of Katie Wilson is from that Como interview that she did with Chris Daniels, where she's talking to him. He asked her a question she doesn't want to get, ironically, about surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
And a junior staffer off screen basically tells her to stop talking. She just shuts her mouth and walks away. And the junior staffer steps in and starts talking on her behalf. That's not the boss.
No, it's not leadership.
That's not leadership.
Not at all.
And she would be well advised, I think, to really consider what some of these people are saying. All right, when we get back, I got to get to my clip.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad we're going to wait.
It's a palate cleanser.
It is.
Yeah, it'll be a lot. It's a lot lighter, and I was going to make a joke, but I won't. It's a great clip. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to want to tell your friends about it. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
What
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
When Dennis suggested retirement planning to his wife, Linda, she had the same reaction lots of people do.
Do we really need it?
Then they attended a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayich at LifePoint Law.
He asked me, what do you want? And he truly listened. And at the end of it, it was like, we need to do this.
There are many people on the radio that speak about many things. And when we got here and actually worked with the team that Rajiv has put together, it turns out that it is not just talk, it is action.
And in the worst case?
I said to him, if something happens to Dennis, what would I do exactly? And he said, you pick up the phone and you call Rajiv or you call me. And that right there was like peace of mind.
Register for a free LifePoint Law retirement planning seminar in Tacoma on June 4th, Mukilteo June 6th, Lacey June 9th, or Bellevue June 13th, 6:30 p.m. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. That's lifepointlaw.com.
Bonneville, Seattle, and KIRO News Radio are looking for organizations that regularly distribute information about employment opportunities to job applicants or have job applicants to refer. If your organization would like to receive notifications of job vacancies, please notify Human Resources at 1820 Eastlake Avenue East, Seattle, Washington 98102, or email us at seattlealljobs@bonneville.com or call 206-726-6902. Bonneville is an equal opportunity employer.
We are all about your experience.
We are
Subaru
of Puyallup, your
stress-free
dealership.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm John Repp. We're expecting an update from officials in Longview this afternoon as recovery continues. 3 employees still missing after that tank implosion. Management at Nippon Dino Wave says they welcome the coming investigations into the accident and overall plant safety.
We will cooperate to the maximum extent that we can with the investigation. It is our duty and our obligation to do so.
That's Brian Wood, Plant Director of Support and Services. But U.S. Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez worries the disaster is a bad sign for mill workers in her district.
The mill workers I've talked to want full accountability. They want a comprehensive, unbiased investigation.
She says these days companies invest in lawyers when they should invest in infrastructure. Jeffrey Epstein survivor Annie Farmer sharply criticizing the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files and the closed-door nature of today's House panel questioning for former Attorney General Pam Bondi. She told ABC News she was disappointed that Republican lawmakers did not show up for Bondi's testimony.
We think that there are really important central questions and have never been answered. And I imagine that us getting to the bottom of those questions really means seeing those documents.
Annie Farmer says Epstein and his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell sexually abused her when she was just 16. 3 people in Snohomish County are undergoing rabies treatment after exposure to a bat that tested positive this week. It's the first case in the county since 2023. Susan Babcock is a public health nurse at the Snohomish County Health Department.
It really is about only 1% of the population that's rabid. So it's not, I would say it's not, definitely not every summer that we get a positive bat.
We have more information on our website, mynorthwest.com. And a Seattle drummer is taking the stage at the Paramount this weekend with one of the most famous live shows in the world. KIRO News Radio's Manda Factor explains.
Ursula Sargent plays rock star for the Blue Man Group. She's a UPrep grad who started playing the drums at 10 years old when her parents bought a snare drum for Christmas.
I guess they didn't know what they were getting into.
Sargent says she almost didn't audition for Blue Man Group because she didn't think she had a shot. She's been touring ever since, but she still calls Seattle home. She told Seattle's Morning News the show's about reconnecting with joy.
Especially in the world right now where there's so much that can be stressful and tough. Just sort of an escape for an hour and a half that lets you just pretty much feel joy and happiness and laughter the whole time.
Blue Man Group is at the Paramount this weekend only. Amanda Factor, KIRO News Radio.
Time now to check KIRO News Radio traffic with Nate Connors.
Thanks, John. The Harnish Auto family has our update. We're struggling between Olympia and Tacoma both directions today. It's taken an hour from Tacoma to Olympia, hour 10 going the other way. So North 5, we're stop and go from College Street in Lacey all the way into DuPont. South 5, you've got a 4-mile bumper-to-bumper backup through JBLM and more slowing heading into Olympia. In Parkland, westbound 512 right at I-5, our collision's been moved to the right shoulder, no longer blocking a couple lanes here. Southbound 167, you're heavy from State Route 18 into Puyallup. Heading through Factoria on westbound 90 right at that 405 interchange, a collision blocks the HOV lane and the far right exit lane is partially blocked. Bellevue to Linwood, 35 minutes. Scattered backups already from Totem Lake to Alderwood. We have our usual backups through Seattle, and that means North 5, it starts at the West Seattle Bridge. Plan on a half hour to get through this. And South 5, we're heavy from the U District into downtown. The Harnish Auto Family Super Sale through May 31st. Exclusive deals, 0 down and no payments all summer on approval of credit. In Puyallup and Everett, Harnish Auto Family, people matter. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thanks, Nate. Your forecast, cloudy skies, the high of 60 degrees later this afternoon. Morning clouds on Saturday, burning off with sunny skies in the afternoon. And just warm temperatures and sunshine if you like that type of thing on Monday and Tuesday, the high 83 degrees. Currently in downtown Seattle, cloudy skies, 53. I'm John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're doing Friday Favorites. We didn't have a chance to get to this last segment because we were just yapping away talking about small animals and also
the tragedy that is nature, the beauty and tragedy that is nature.
You can't get away from it. I wanted to play this clip. This went viral, super viral. There was a woman who got pulled over as part of an emphasis patrol. I believe this was in Palm Beach, Florida.
Yes, correct.
She gets pulled over and the officer walks up to her window and he says, and you'll hear all of this in just a second. He says, ma'am, I'm pulling you over. The reason is I saw you with a, he says it very confidently too, which is what you want in your police officers.
Sure, yeah.
Except when they're wrong. And he says, ma'am, I pulled you over because I saw you with a cell phone in your right hand. And she kind of laughs. And he says, we're not supposed to be doing that. And it's an emphasis patrol. And yada, yada. And she says, well, you didn't see me with a cell phone in my right hand because then she raises her stump.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a hand there. Now, a normal person might at that point, a normal police officer might at that point say, hey, you know what? I can see where this is going. It's not going to get better for me. This is all on camera.
Right, body cam.
Let's just go on your way. Friendly reminder, don't use a cell phone, especially in her case.
Yeah.
Don't use a cell phone. He doubles down, though, and it just gets worse and worse, and he makes her raise her hand to God. The whole thing is awful and hilarious. Here's a little bit of it.
Hello, ma'am. Hey, good morning. I'm Deputy Gasali with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This is why you're being pulled over. The city of Lake Worth today, we're doing an operation for distracted driver, and you drove past me holding the phone with your right hand, manipulating that phone. I mean, I saw you with the phone in your hand.
Not. So you want to just call this a day? Or?
I don't want to call it a day. You had a hand up manipulating the phone.
You just said my right hand.
Well, I thought I saw you with your right hand. You had a hand up. The right hand. I saw you manipulate.
So you didn't.
Showing stump.
Right. He sticks to his guns.
Yep.
With the right hand, perhaps not, right? But I saw you.
You didn't see me with my right hand.
Okay, so are you
saying that you saw me with my right hand?
I know what I just said. I'm asking you now. Did you or not have your phone on your hand?
I did not.
You did not have your phone in your hand?
I did not.
Hand to God, you didn't have phone in your hand.
Raises her stump.
Hand to God.
The other hand to God, you don't have phone in your hand. Cool.
Then he says, raise your other hand to God. Her left hand, which is there.
You could have said your only hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just stopped. He could have just stopped. And been like, hey, you know what? We're trying to hit a quota of cars that we pull over. We apologize. Obviously, you weren't using your cell phone with your right hand. Even in that case, if she was using it with her left, likely deterred from doing it again in the near future, so that's positive. That's good.
Sure, yeah.
Worst case scenario, she still will, but he told her it was with her right.
Yeah, he did.
She doesn't have a hand. Just let her go on her way. But that's not what he does. He goes back to his car. When he returns, he's got a citation in hand. He hands it off to her.
All right, ma'am. So you're going to receive a citation for wireless communication device handheld while driving. You got to put the phone down as we operate a motor vehicle.
Oh, and you put on there that you saw me with my right hand holding it, yeah?
I did not put that. No, if you want to take it to court.
But that's what you said when you pulled me over, yes?
That's what I said,
That you saw me holding my device with my right hand.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So if you want to take it to court.
And that's what you saw?
That's what I said.
That's
yes.
what you said you saw?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to take it to court, option 5 on the back of the ticket, that's how you take that ticket to court. Do you have any questions for me?
No. Thank you.
Have a good day.
So she goes on her way. Video gets posted. It's viral. And he then puts in a request that says, I'd like the citation pulled. She doesn't need to pay that ticket.
Yeah.
I might have been wrong. Which is the right move.
It is. I've been chewing on this story for a day.
Yeah, do you have any more?
I really think she was holding it in her left hand and steering with her stump. I really do.
Well, you made the point yesterday that you sometimes steer with your knee when you're eating cereal.
Only when I'm eating cereal or putting on makeup.
That's true.
You know, it's a two-handed job. I've seen that happen, not by me.
I've seen it too.
So, you know, I genuinely think he saw her with a phone in her hand.
But he said right hand.
He did walk up, and he that's where he messed up.
We are a nation of laws.
We are a nation of laws, and now we're a nation of body cams.
Yes.
And
I do think it's really sneaky, though, that he did not. I do wish if you're going to have the guts to issue a citation at that point.
Yeah.
Which he didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
I feel like maybe that was a little more hubris. But anyway, he issues the citation.
Mm-hmm.
I would have respected it if he would have said, I thought I saw it with her in her right hand.
Mm-hmm.
But he neglected to put right hand on there for a very specific reason, obviously, because she doesn't have it.
I'm confident I saw her holding a phone.
Yeah,
I assumed it was her right hand.
Yes.
Upon further review of the situation,
of the subject,
that wasn't a possibility.
Quickly determined.
So I'm going to determine that it was in her left hand.
Yeah, I may have been mistaken, but I do think it was. That would have been.
Yeah,
I would have respected that.
But when you I don't have a right hand, and yet goes viral.
Yeah. I mean, you're out of luck.
Yeah, you're done.
I really do think, though, she will be deterred from using a phone in the future while she's driving.
I hope so. I think you're probably right. I hope that's the case.
I hope so, too. Yeah, I hope
a lot of
she's
people
safe.
never learn, man.
They never learn.
I see them daily.
She may be empowered to use a phone more now. She might feel like she's got to get out of jail free card. I don't know. I don't know. Yep.
I was going to stop myself.
Check swing.
Weekend. Check swing on that one, baby.
Let's move on to this story real fast.
You know, innovation's a big fat one.
You made a joke about this the other day, and you were right. There was a bunch of news about Joe Biden. She's been all over the news.
I
Joe
cannot
Biden's been everywhere.
believe the storyline these days is, we saw a headline, because you get the news on the station all day, every day.
Yeah.
I see this chyron that goes across the bottom of, I forget which network it was.
CBS. They had the original interview with her.
That, every network has run with this story. Joe Biden thought the president must have been having a stroke during 2024 president's debate.
I have that audio. This is her talking to CBS for a 60 Minutes piece. And you were making the joke when she said it. We were like, why is she on the news so much?
Why is she on every channel? Next thing I see, was he drugged? Did they drug him before the debate? I said, what, she's selling a book?
Bingo. That's what it is.
Of course it is.
Of course she's selling a book.
Why else do you dig up this story? No, I'm sorry. It was poor choice of words.
No, it's perfect choice of words. Oh. Here's what she said. She said she thought, in the moment, she thought he was having a stroke.
I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
Okay, so
that's horrible. No, I think she genuinely was afraid of that. I didn't contemplate that.
I don't think she was.
Oh, I don't know. As bad as that looked.
Here's why I don't think she was. 30 seconds after the debate, this was her on stage with Joe Biden. Now, if you really did think, so there's one of two things here. If you really thought that your spouse, they've been married forever.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not a young man. I think she's about 10 years younger than he is, so she's got a little age difference on him.
Yeah,
if she really thought that he was having a medical episode, a stroke is a serious thing.
Oh,
That's an emergency room move right there, straight. And obviously, given his age and given all of the stuff, then, he's president of the United States. He's going to get the best care. They're going to want to make sure that that's okay.
Yeah.
She would not have been on stage immediately after telling him what a great job he did, talking about 4 more years, if she really thought he had a stroke in that moment.
You all,
enough for staying and for being here and for all your support. Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
She's clearly campaigning there.
Yes.
That's what it felt like to me.
But I don't think she had the luxury of taking him quickly to an emergency room.
Doesn't matter. If you're president of the United States, if anybody thinks he's having a stroke, they're going to protect his life like that. They're going to run him to the hospital as fast as possible.
Yeah, probably.
So if she really thought he was having a stroke,
I mean, maybe the initial when he's up there, just he was deer in the headlights. I thought he was having a stroke.
Yeah, it was not good.
Making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look.
Oh, don't.
If we finally beat Medicare.
I mean, it was bad.
It was
very
historical
bad.
event.
But she was plugging a book.
Yeah.
And so I do think there's a little bit of maybe history rewriting that's happening so that she has some context to speak to on the book.
You know, why you trot this story out ever again? I mean, I guess.
You see the title of the book?
No.
I didn't see nothing.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's an autobiography. It's a memoir. I don't know what the title is. That's a fake title.
Oh, let's go to the beach, it says. Who wants ice cream?
Oh,
the new
my
memoir
gosh.
from Jill Biden.
Yeah. Who wants ice cream?
We're a good title. How about some training wheels for this guy?
Oh, that's funny.
New memoir.
All right, we got text messages next. Lots of stuff. Stick around.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Sometimes injuries can happen when you least expect them.
What broke my shoulder was reaching for my phone. I was trying to get the phone away from my cat.
That's how Heather tore her rotator cuff.
There was that hope. I was like, maybe this will heal on its own. And I waited a little bit, and it was not getting better.
She just couldn't take the pain anymore, so she saw Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
By the next day, my shoulder was already doing better. I have my arm back again, which was just wonderful.
Seems like she made the right choice.
I'm so glad I didn't do surgery.
So whether it's a hip like mine or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. He's the most experienced in the Northwest with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
I said to him at our last appointment, I was like, you better not retire because I want to know if anything else goes wrong with my body. You're there to be able to fix it because he's a miracle worker.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
We are all about your experience.
We are Subaru of Puyallup. Your
stress-free
dealership.
Treat yourself to a stress-free car buying experience with Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
Our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn, understands the pressure that comes from owing money to the IRS. Don't let that pressure build. Call None Better Tax Resolution. From stress to success with IRS Solutions. Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
Summer's a busy time for businesses. WaFd bank accounts are designed to work with business owners like you, stay on top of every dollar, helping manage cash flow, pay vendors, and keep operations running smoothly. Get access to digital tools to simplify banking, like bill pay, signer and non-signer debit cards, and the option to upgrade your account as your business grows. Plus, our business bankers get to know you, so when you need help, we're there. WaFd Bank, built for business. Visit wafdbank.com, member FDIC.
All right, welcome back to the show. A lot of great text messages. Let's just dive right in. Go for it, Laura.
On Over Budget Light Rail, 360 says ST4 OTW on the way.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. They're gonna have to.
4?
ST4. They're gonna do it.
They got to at least get to like an even number, right?
Yeah. Even Steven.
ST5 Judgment Day. Dan in Maple Valley says they're either stealing the money or criminally incompetent.
Mark in Port Townsend. Sand Transit will become viable as government authorities artificially inflate the cost of automobile transportation through higher gas taxes, road use taxes, and licensing and registration fees. The cost to build and run Sound Transit will still not pencil, but higher ridership will be forced upon the public through these taxes and fees. The whole thing is unethical and criminal. Thank you, Mark.
Kay says this is new to us and it will be hard to get people out of their cars, but soon everyone will see that it's faster on the train. If we wait and do it later, it will just cost that much more.
How could it possibly cost more than it
don't
costs
say,
now?
don't say that out loud.
How
Don't
could it
say it 3 times.
Possibly.
Don't spin around.
Sound transit. No, just kidding.
Beetle train. Keith and Roberta in the 425, please acknowledge that the 2-line train just opened across the lake. We are riding it and is loaded with commuters. Please stop using 2025 stats.
Keith and Roberta, I am so glad that you guys are enjoying it. I still don't think it's worth the cost.
It's romantic when you got the whole car to yourself, too.
So nice. AI and Seebeck says light rail, a futile attempt to solve it.
Al.
Al. Isn't that funny?
Can you imagine having that name now?
I just see AI now.
It's like the new Alexa name.
It's weird. AI has rewired my brain. I don't even see the name Al.
Hi, Al.
Al and Seebeck. Light rail, a futile attempt to solve a 21st century problem with 19th century technology.
That was funny.
Thank you,
it's
AI.
New, and you're like, trains are the oldest technology. That was great. Josh says, as a Sound Transit employee, these estimate ridership numbers are wild. They'll never get there. Continue to pay for this is ludicrous. This guy works for him.
Thank you, Josh. Oh, this is funny. Oh, go ahead, Laura.
On the broken roller coaster in Texas and being stuck upside down. Do you want to read this one?
Yes.
Read this one.
Rick and Botha says, did I hear Jake correctly? College kids stuck in a compromising position on a pleasure pier? Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I think it's under the pleasure pier is what you're thinking about there, Rick.
That's
and
probably
Bethel.
true, too.
Kathy says, Spike, better to have ankles like Trump than a brain like Biden.
Kathy.
Come on.
Come on. That's not
Be nice to your elders.
It's not nice to anyone. Although it is
true.
It is funny. On Pelagons, we talk about Pelagons. Tony and Buckley says, you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Josh in Auburn says, I am not a gun owner and never had a dad that taught me, quote, dad things, but I make it my duty to make sure my kid knows about weapon safety. He's got Nerf guns and some play swords. I teach him constantly on correct gun safety, even with the fake stuff. It's important they know the harm it can cause.
Brilliant. Thank you.
It's a great way. Nerf guns are actually a great introduction to this
are.
type of thing because you have to be, they can still hurt. You can actually, we had a friend
You'll
who,
shoot your eye out.
You shoot your eyes out. We had a friend who had to got a retina detachment from his kid shooting him in the face with a Nerf gun.
Those things are more powerful than you think.
They're very powerful these days. Yeah.
360 says, I had 2 buddies in high school that spent a couple days with me on family property. They were excited to be able to shoot at targets, but I let them know up front, if you shoot something live, you eat it. You guessed it, one of them shot a robin. I fired up the barbecue, and we cooked and ate it.
Gross. On Spencer Pratt for mayor, Kara, the cleaning lady, says, what could go wrong with electing somebody who has no political experience? Seattle, hold my beer.
Should have said my coffee. Come on.
Well, no, they don't make coffee here anymore.
Elaine in Puyallup says, when Jimmy Kimmel talks about Spencer Pratt, he says being mayor shouldn't be your first job. Has he looked at Seattle's mayor or New York City's mayor? Seems to be the new trend.
That's a great point, Elaine.
It is. It's a great point. On more animal rescues, Jennifer in Buckley says, I found an emaciated female cat on a boat launch. Took her home and saw that she was producing milk. The next day I went back, searched for 2 hours, nothing. My daughters and I decided to pick up some blackberries before we left. Next thing I hear are tiny mews and 5 little kittens come running. We still have 2 of them.
And I got a picture.
Really?
And they are the cutest cats. They're like cuddling together in a heart shape. Oh, I love it when people send me pet photos
Can you
on the text
imagine
line.
what a heartwarming thing, especially for the weekend? Let's end on a really positive note there. Let's end on the cat rescue. That's
beautiful.
Great. Have a great weekend, guys. John Curley's coming up next. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, and we hope you want to do it next week, too. So we'll be back here Monday. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home and auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Spring is a season homeowners start improving their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. If your home needs roofing, siding, new windows, gutters, or decking, our team can take care of it all. For a limited time, save up to $3,000 on a new roof, siding, deck, or windows project. Planning multiple upgrades? Combine your projects and save even more. Or with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. You can start your project now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings